How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Let's Talk About Star Wars, a show where everything's made up and the points don't matter. That's right, the points are like a groom's opinion on his own wedding. Doesn't matter. Bride gets to choose everything. Welcome to Let's Talk About Star Wars, and we have a pretty awesome show today. We have a new game, brand new. I pitched it like in the middle of the night, half awake, and for some reason, a bunch of these guys liked it. And we just are rushing and we're doing it. And I'm really excited for it. And part of this show, I'll get into the rules later. Let's bring in fresh from the French Canada and probably eating a baguette or other things other French people do. We have Frenchie. Dun, 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 dun. Is that it? Is that just
Hey, what's up? Thank you for having me on. I actually love this fucking idea. This is more down my alley compared to guess the alien species. I'm just like, but this I love.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. This is an idea I had for a long time, and I can't wait to get to it. But instead of telling guys about it now, we should bring on the rest of our guests. Tippy Top, fresh from the tippy top of Mount Schmodown, we have Ben. How's it going?
Good, how are you? Happy
Great.
to be here.
You didn't give the classic old Ben. Hello there. Oh, you're gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah, you messed it up.
I messed it up.
How dare you break your pattern, Ben?
We're doing it live.
Do it live. All right, and let's bring in our last person. All the way from the other side of the planet, we have the Middle Eastern Schmo. We got 50 Shades of Star Wars.
So when the Doctor landed on the planet Exelon, he encountered a sentient city that... Oh, wait, we're not talking about Doctor Who today? That's weird. It feels like that's all of me and Ben sort of been talking about for the last couple of weeks.
That's cueing me opening my 12% beer if you're going to keep talking about Doctor Who.
Okay, so on the planet Exelon, during the episode Death to the Daleks, he encountered a
All right, cool. Now that we muted 50 Shades here, we got a great show ahead of us.
A sentient city which was one of the 700 wonders of the universe. Okay, now continue.
I will remove you. All right, we have an awesome show ahead of us. Oh, wait. Yeah, there you go. Frenchie found some figure gold. Is that the famous French cuisine I hear so much about?
No, but I had
one of them.
A dried up booger in the pocket, so
See, eating a dried booger is one thing. If you eat snot, that's gross. I'm okay with dried boogers.
Yeah, the texture is a lot more rubbery. It's passable, right? It's like.
All right. Soda's gonna hashtag cancel us if we don't get on. So the idea came to me months ago, actually. Like, this is one of the first ideas I had. I just didn't it didn't feel refined in my head. And the thing is, I never did refine it. I just pitched it as it was, and it never felt like a real game, and you guys still went for it. So I was watching a clip, which we'll play later, and it was part of a very long stream, like a very long video, and it's this character, and I was like, wow, that character would make an awesome something in a Star Wars, like a Sith or a Jedi. And then I was like, how do I do that? How do I come up with a game of we should make this person? So I was thinking recast Star Wars with other characters. No, I feel like that's been done. So finally I just said, F it. Why don't we just pitch characters into Star Wars? And then we came up with the rules of the game, literally in the green room just now. So how are you guys doing? I feel like that kind of describes the game.
I love the fact you're like, hey, this is completely unorganized. I just had this idea and I didn't prepare it. This is not going to be a shit show.
We always
that goes for most of the stuff Taco does.
I work better in chaos. That's why I think this show works. It's because we don't need structure. Let's pretend it's always going to be a shit show, so you're never surprised when it is chaotic.
There you go.
I'm an anarchist. Deal with it.
Smart.
Thank you. Ben, are you still here?
Yeah. I've been coughing. I've been trying to be nice.
Okay.
But fuck you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Love you, Ben. All right. So the way we're gonna do this is we all have 5 characters, and one of us, I'm assuming me first, is going to pitch their first character. I'm gonna say how they would belong in Star Wars, like. Would it be a Jedi? Would it be a bounty hunter? Would it be a this? I could even say, like, maybe what planet they hang out on. I could even say what type of ship they would fly or what type of lightsaber they would use or what type of lightsaber style, 50, they would use. So it's as in-depth as I want to get, and anyone can do it to just as in-depth as you want to get or as not. It's fine. And if the pitch speaks for itself, just be like, this guy, bam. And then... everyone says, cool, maybe a couple questions. We can inquire, like, oh, what do you think about this? Or what do you... And then once we feel like we've exhausted that, we move on to the next person. And once we've all pitched, we go around the horn again to everyone vote who their favorite person was that round. Everyone, that makes sense to everybody. And if we want to...
The first person that chooses is kind of on the losing side because then the other ones can choose which of their picks is better to counter that argument.
I say we all assemble like ourselves numbers. Taco's 1, Ben Kenobi's but Ben is 2, I'm 3, 50 is 4, and at the same time we put the
them in
number.
the private chat.
I can't write because I'm on my phone.
Oh, like put it up?
Yeah, like at the same time, 3, 2, 1, and we all vote at the same time.
I like that.
So Taco 1, Ben 2, I'm 3, and 50 is 4.
I'm okay with being called a Chaos Muppet.
54, yeah.
Yeah, 54. Why isn't 50 just 50? Because it's hard to do that on our one hands. Now I'm going to do it like this. Give me a sec.
Not vote for yourself, you bastard. 4 times.
We'll get there. My wife leaves for work in like 2 hours, and she was like, I'm like, hey, honey, you should come get your work clothes before we start the stream. And she's like, what's gonna go 2 hours? I'm like, very possible. Like, I don't know why you said it like that. Like, maybe.
I mean, whenever you have me on, things kind of go sidetracked.
Oh.
If this goes 4 hours, I might mumble by the end of the fucking stream. I'm just saying.
12.5% beer. Me too.
How long?
3 hours of sleep and 8 meetings today. So.
All right, 50. What was your Ben? What's your question?
Yeah, I mean, how long was that shooting the breeze last week? 4 hours?
Is that 4 hours shooting the breeze?
How long was it? Right?
4 hours and 1 minute.
So, 50. I no longer have the longest stream on our show. Well, actually, I do with my all night taco stream, but that doesn't count. Yeah, that doesn't.
It does.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of that. The whole point of that is being actually maybe not because I got split in half, and I don't think either of those halves are 4 hours. Maybe I don't know. All right, you can
stay on target. Stay on target.
Thank you, boss. Y'all want to do round 1? All right. I can put on soda. I can put in mine, and yeah, just lay back, man. Have a beer. How you doing, Soda? You haven't been on stream yet. You doing good? Sounds good. There you go. All right. I'm just going to start a little bit basic. I'm not going to go super hardcore with my first one. She is from a sci-fi franchise. She is the best mechanic in the verse. We have Kaylee from Firefly/Serenity. I think she would make an awesome mechanic hanging out on the ship, maybe like a smuggler ship, just like what she does in Firefly and Serenity. She imagine her just hanging out in the back of the Falcon, covered in grease. She comes out, talks to people. I'm gonna mute Frenchie. I can't hear anything over your frickin' echoing. Jesus Christ, I got you. I got you, boo. But yeah, I think Kaylee would be awesome to just hang out in the back of a smuggler ship, and anytime anything happens, she can fix the engine. I just like that idea of exactly what she does in Firefly/Serenity. Let's just say Firefly, but in the Star Wars universe. And it would be great to see her interact with the rest of that world and with aliens and this, because she's got this bubbly, cute personality, something that doesn't really show up a lot in Star Wars and like, you know, extremely well-written characters. There's a couple in Star Wars. But I don't know. That's my pitch. Any question, guys, about Kaylee? And I'll unmute Frenchie.
Question, yes and no. Like you said it yourself, she's bubbly, and we don't usually find that kind of bubbly. We have funny. So how would you translate that bubbly into Star Wars comedy?
A lot like, I mean, it's Joss Whedon writing, right? So I feel like what makes a lot of that comedy great is everyone else is more of the straight man and playing off of her and her having, you know, alternate takes on things. And it literally, she can also be dramatic what you want. Like, she's not always bubbly and funny. She's not the comic relief. They kind of all are on that show. But I think she can be serious, and she has a lot of really interesting things like going on in her head. God, I wish I would have wrote down things for the pitch. Good question, Fetchy. I think it would just fit in because when you have downtime, you have a character who could fit into a dramatic scene and bring a little levity. And then even when you have just a straight up comedic scene, imagine her talking to herself, saying ridiculous stuff in the middle of a firefight as she's like expertly fixing the freaking hyperdrive. And she's saying Joss Whedon type dialogue. I think she would be a really, shiny, very shiny. Also, she could bring in the.
Did somebody say shiny?
Yes, I'm glad somebody said no power in the verse. Yeah, Kaylee's also just really cool. I mean, that if you haven't watched Firefly and Serenity, I'm assuming most of you guys have, right?
I have.
All right, cool. I thought all nerds have. Any more?
Not all nerds are treated equal.
No.
I do have another question if they don't have another question.
I'm down.
Yeah.
In what era would you see her as? Like, are we talking prequels? Are we talking like what?
Probably the Mando era. I like that a lot. I think like she would just fit into Mandalorian. Like if in the next season they need a mechanic to just hang out on his ship and they bring in Kaylee, it would be perfect. I think the after episode 6, before episode 7 would be the best era.
And he definitely needs one.
Well, he's got Amy Sedaris hanging out on Tatooine, who is very much, she's a little more over the top than Kaylee is, but she's also that bubbly, fun mechanic, a lot like Kaylee.
But
a little more
that's
over the top.
one mechanic on one planet. He can't keep going back to that planet.
And that's
Especially
what they keep doing.
The stuff he went through before the Razor Crest was destroyed in season 2. So he definitely needs a mechanic to stay on the ship.
Yeah, and also with the Razor Crest getting beat up so bad in season 2, how great season 3. Maybe he should get a live-in mechanic. And I couldn't think of anyone better than Kaylee.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. I feel good about my pitch. All right. Do we want to move on to old Ben?
Oh,
No, we don't? All right.
Oh, no.
Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
My number 5 is going to be a talk show host set in the Bigfoot era. Is
That makes sense.
Sandy Bong. Imagine you're a guy or woman coming home from a long day at work. You're in bed, you want to relax, you turn on the TV, and you see this guy telling jokes that keeping you up to date with great news and making you laugh the whole time. I think he really would work there. What do you guys think?
I don't want to go. I have such a searing hatred for this character that I feel I'm being biased.
I actually have, like, I didn't understand what role he was playing. What exactly would he do in the Star Wars universe?
He's a talk show host.
In the prequel era.
Era.
I like the pick, but I don't like the fit. You know what I was seeing him as? A stormtrooper.
Why?
Imagine the sarcasm he would have as a stormtrooper. He would suck as a stormtrooper. But
but
the
they suck,
comedy
though.
would bring
To be fair, has there ever been a good stormtrooper?
Yeah, that's why he fits. I like Frenchie's idea a lot.
You know,
I like
that too.
I like the Jedi running and blocking all the shots, and then he gets away, and then all of a sudden he takes his helmet off and says Chandler Bing stuff, and everyone's like, "Put your helmet back on." He's like, "Oh."
and like one of the
Could this
stormtroopers
Jedi
like,
be any more dodgy?
and one of the stormtroopers like says to him, "Well, we lost the Jedi," and he's like, "You think?"
Okay, so for the record, are we going with Ben's pitch for Chandler or for French?
That's
French's
that's
pitch?
up to Ben, or you can say both pitches. You're pitching the guy
you know
in.
what? You know what? I like Frenchie.
Frenchie, if he
You get
gets,
out pitched, Ben.
yeah, if he gets this point, Frenchie, you screwed yourself. You oversold somebody.
You shot yourself in the foot with that one. Because I
All
agree with French. I for some reason I can't see him working as a talk show host.
Okay, I do got a question though. Do you think a lot of like any character in Friends is so ensemble? Like we proved that Joey doesn't work on his own. Do you think that Chandler can stand on his own without the ensemble of Friends?
Because I think I don't want to say he enough, but he's into that dirty stuff more than.
This is where I come in.
Hey, Darth Soda exists.
Yes, because take a look at his interaction with Jill Goodacre in season 1 when he's locked in the vestibule. I think he would actually make a good on his own. It's just him. He's locked in an ATM vestibule with her during a power outage, and it's a pretty funny storyline.
All right.
But even in that storyline, he keeps calling his friends to help him out on that
Well,
one.
maybe that could be a thing where they exist in the universe too, but always off screen. Where
Or
like they'll
they
take it out and be like, you know what
exist in
Ross said the other day, and he like just said something, or he just talks about his roommates, and they're like, "Shut up, Chandler. We're trying to do
He wasn't calling for them to help. He wasn't calling the woman in that he was trapping in ATM festival in Jill Goodacre.
Well, why didn't you just say so?
I would love to, like in the middle of a Star Wars movie with like a lot of action going on, it just cuts to like an apartment in Coruscant, and then he's just like sitting next to the dog statue, just like reclining and like
I know, right?
With a dog and a chicken.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
I like the pitch. Frenchie,
I'm
do you
number-
want?
Yeah, I'm number 3, so might as well. I just give a cue to Soda. I wanted to pick a Sith. I wanted someone evil. I wanted someone that exudes the menaceness and like someone you do not want to mess with. And you mess up, you're dead. And he will not flinch. And for me, that is Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, he is so similar to one of my picks later.
Frenchie, I think you're blowing your best card on a round where you have Chandler.
It's not.
There's no such thing as blowing. If everybody else played one of their weak ones right away, this is how you get the first point. So
like for me,
Chandler's
Shredder.
not great. Chandler's not great.
Okay, but guys, let me pitch first, okay? For me, Shredder, he belongs in the old Sith era, where it wasn't the apprentice, and that's it. He does well in a gang, right? So I see him controlling other angry Sith, but I also see his claws being his lightsaber. You put kyber crystals and you replace the metal with that would be badass. And again,
unless you have an itch in your hand and then you like and then just kill yourself.
That's why he's got all these knives on his outfit.
But yeah, like again, he already looks like a Sith. He has already an outfit. He has the aggressivity. He's already a gang leader. You translate that, and it's if he's not Sith material, no one is. He is the perfect copy paste.
He's got a cape.
He's also extremely close to one of mine later. So, but I completely agree. I think that he belongs in like 50 or 5,000 BBY, like the Great Hyperspace War, when you have like old school, maybe he has a little bit of Sith blood too, like a small amount. Or I could even see him in SWTOR era, like Darth Malgus's era, when they're making a big expansion to get Korriban back, and he's like a general in charge of like a group of hit squad like the Foot. So a bunch of little dark Jedi, all clad in black with their own red lightsabers, and he does like hit squads on on Jedi, like I said, Jedi, dark Sith. I really do see him as like who all right, we have a really problemsome dude right now. We're fighting this war, but one like senator or something's giving us an issue. How do we take care of them? We send Shredder in the Foot to just wreck house. I kind of love that.
Hey, Jess.
Kiwi, you didn't miss a lot. We're all on our first round. I pitched, Ben pitched, and now Frenchie's pitching.
I think you should have said we're all in the first hour of the stream.
Okay.
I
love the pitch.
Can I just say something about the Shredder? You know he's getting close to Vader?
Nah. Well, maybe because
a lot of Sith are very similar to one another.
Yeah, maybe because he's a hulking brute, but he's actually not. What's his name? Not Hamato Yoshi. I can't remember his name. Kurosaki isn't a hulking. He's in a hulking brute. He's big, but he's a freaking ninja. Like
not just very nimble. Vader is a composed anger, right? He's going to be stay blank, choke you to death, but not like yell at you. Shredder is aggressive.
Yeah. And also Vader, thanks, boss. Vader's like thing is that he's a fallen Jedi and this and that. And he's a very complex. Shredder doesn't need to be that complex. Maybe he was an apprentice who got attacked by his master or something. Like he needs that vengeance against the Jedi, or a Jedi cut his face, and that's why he's scarred instead of a Hamato Yoshi, or actually Splinter did it as a rat. But it doesn't matter. I do see him as a more nimble, really good fighter. And my only issue is I don't like the gauntlets. I want to see a lightsaber on him. That's my only issue.
Yeah, that'll look great.
I think Katorsis gauntlets to block lightsabers. But I want him to.
He could have just lightsabers instead of those knives, and that's his style of fighting, which will be lightsaber form number.
I don't know. That's made up shit there.
A lightsaber form Taco didn't even think about the gauntlets.
I like the fact that it's different. Like you want something to evolve. Like I'd have never would have thought the double lightsaber before it came out, right? And then realized, oh, there's different kinds of lightsabers. So this would be just, it was unique to him. It was a different era, right? A different mentality of making a lightsaber. And this is what he came up with because the rules weren't necessarily established. It was, you do what you want. So
yeah. I agree. I do, but the end of the 1990 episode or a 1990 movie when they're fighting on the rooftop and he's got that staff, that makes me want to see him with like a Darth Maul extended hilt double lightsaber. That's what I want.
But in that movie, he went out like a little wolf.
After he wiped the floor with the turtles.
Yeah,
and it was his own master who beat him.
Splinter beat him. It wasn't his own master. Splinter wasn't his master.
All right.
But I didn't watch the movie.
I like the pitch, but we still got 54 shades of Star Wars to do his pitch. Frenchie, are you good? All right, we'll go forever if we do 10 minutes per person. So.
My kind of show, clearly. Okay, so my first pitch, I'm going. I like to start this off pretty slow with not. You always open a chest with a pawn. You don't open immediately with your queen or one of the bigger ones. So
you can't move the queen. The pawn's in the way.
I was just giving an example, smart ass. But my first pitch is a character simply known as Meep. Meep from
Mhm.
Phineas and Ferb. Has
Okay.
anybody watched Phineas and Ferb on this stream?
Not enough to know who Meep is.
No.
Hi, Ray.
Hi, I guess Ray watches the show. So,
That
Meep.
was meant to represent me, you motherfucker.
Meep.
Thank you, Soda.
So, you wouldn't guess this from just looking at this guy, but he's actually kind of a superhero on his own world, and he's kind of the leader of his own people. And he was sent to Earth following a major villain who wanted to destroy planet Earth or something like that. I don't remember the episode; it's been years. But yeah, he's like a really big important guy, and it's a shame I didn't send Soda any picture of the villain he was fighting, because the villain has this big, huge mustache, and he's a very mustache twirly villain. And it's only revealed at the end of the episode that that mustache ain't really a mustache. It's a universal translator that just happens to look like a mustache. And if you don't wear the mustache, all you're ever going to be able to say is Meep, Meep, Meep. And that's where the name comes from, because that's all you can say. Meep.
Okay. All right. Now
So-
pitch it to Star Wars.
Yeah, right off the bat, that kind of premise sounds like a Star Wars character. I mean, am I right?
I have a question though. It kind of like it's an alien, so yeah, it kind of any alien could be a Star Wars character.
Yeah,
For
but
me, what situation would you put? Like, what kind of context would you put?
I
in?
see him definitely around the time of the prequels as a senator of his own people, as a
Okay.
defender of his own people.
Okay.
Or probably
Okay.
during the
Okay.
Clone Wars, he could have aided the Empire, because he's a really, like I said, he's
What?
a really. Yeah, I'm getting there. So he could have represented his own people in the Senate, and very similar to Padme, while he was also a representative of his own people, he also fought to help protect his people. And like I said, he's basically a superhero in his own world. So he could
Can
have
I do it?
really helped the clones in the Clone Wars.
Can I do a scene really quick? All right. Padme's like, we need to stop the Trade Federation from embargoing my planet and killing my people. And then you just hear, oh, and the senator from this guy, Meep. Thank you, Meep. All right.
Moving on. I mean, and that scene where you actually see the little ETs on there. I mean, there's thousands of different species in that Senate. Meep could definitely be one of them.
All right. Okay, after the vote of no confidence, we got Senator Palpatine running against you. We got the guy from Alistair running against you, and we have Meep from Meep running against you.
I gotta be honest, like I didn't know the character, but just the concept of a character saying "meep" during like the floating thing, like in the council, is fucking hilarious.
It is funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
yeah,
not
it is
a time.
it is
It's
a
not
good
a time
idea.
for laughter. It's such a not comedic scene, but it's even better if you do it in Revenge of the Sith, when like, if you know where I'm going, when Palpatine like, and then you hear like she goes, and this is how democracy ends, with roaring
Liberty
applause,
dies.
or liberty. This is how liberty dies, with roaring applause, and you hear
Thunderous applause.
all right, fuck you. You do it then. I'm trying to pitch your character, and I get
Gold
what are you,
Leader
fucking
isn't
Gold
here
Leader?
today,
Gold
so
Leader's not
someone
here.
needs to correct you on Star
I
Wars.
know Gold
facts.
Leader's not here. All right, you know what?
This is gonna be a 4-hour show. I think 50 Shades.
Yeah.
I can't do 4 hours.
Oh, come on! He cut me off.
Perfect timing.
Cut me off.
Perfect timing.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was not on purpose. That could not have been on purpose. He had no
It
idea.
sounds like some comic
It
gobbledygook.
was not on purpose. It was perfect.
No, I'm fire. I feel like you mean I'm fire. Oh, fuck. All right.
Let's vote.
All right. Yeah, unless anyone has any more questions for Meep, but I feel like we know where he sits pretty well. No? Everyone's good?
Yep. So
Okay.
3, we count down.
Yeah. Soda, you want to come on and give us a 3-second countdown?
All right. On your marks, get
So
set.
wait. Final question: do we put it in the private chat, or we just
Nope,
say it out
do it
loud?
right here.
Okay. And you
Yeah.
and you hold it.
Hold up your numbers.
So on your marks, 3, 2, 1, go. Lou, can you move it to the right a little bit more? Yeah, there we go. So we got a 4, 2, and what do you have, 50?
2.
So we have
No,
3.
he's got 3.
4.
Good job, Frenchie.
So I just like
You're
the
still
fact that
muted,
I just like the fact that the winner voted for me. So
All right.
Again,
and not the pitch she actually helped make better.
That idea of just hearing meep during the council meetings is fucking hilarious.
Oh my god! All right, I'm not that bad.
I know it sickens him. That's why I keep doing it.
Not that bad. I moved on. I mean, 50's not ever going to be on the show again, but I can't kick him out halfway through.
I say,
I
by the
think
way,
I might know the producer of the show. Just saying.
I say now because we started with Taco. Let's start with 54 Shades of Star Wars. And
I completely agree. I was going to say Ben, but we can go back.
I think we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 me. So
yeah, but you know what? We do everything fucking chaotic here, man. Frenchie's got the right idea. Go ahead, 50. You know what? Maybe next time we'll do Ben. Let's keep it fucking interesting.
Okay, I wasn't prepared for that. So hold on, let me just give Soda who I want to be my next one.
Oh my god, I'm getting just burned in the chat here. I'm not. Am I that bad?
Okay, I told Soda which one I want to be. Okay, so since this is my first, since I'm going first, I should say I'm opening with the big guns. You gotta have your big cannons ready for when you're going first. And I'm going with my best one yet. You know him. You love him. You probably slept with him. Captain Jack Harkness, motherfuckers! That's a great picture to pick, Soda.
What show is this from?
I'm going to give you half a guess.
It's okay. I have a show that no one besides me watches later. So.
Never say never. But yeah, Captain, I mean, if you just knowing the character, he does make sense in Star Wars. He's a former time agent. He's immortal and therefore cannot die. And he basically flies around the galaxy in all space and time, and he just fucks everybody. He has sex with anybody, male, female, any other gender, anything with a hole, this guy's going to be in there. So basically, yeah, and even his last scene in the End of Time Part 2, you basically see him in a space bar very similar to the Mos Eisley Cantina. So he's definitely going to be either a background character in a bar of sorts, a cantina of some kind, and he could also be like the type of character that helps a guy out. He could potentially be a replacement to Han Solo to help old Ben Kenobi and Luke Skywalker reach the Death Star on time. And also, since he can't die, he can basically help the Jedi win the war. Not the Jedi, the rebellion. He can basically join the rebellion because that's what he is. He's a rebel, and he always fights the good fight for the right people. So I can definitely see him as a general in the rebellion, and his ability to never die really does help him out. And who knows? Eventually, at one point, he may or may not become a severed head in a giant aquarium full of gas. That could also be a very good Star Wars character. Yeah, the Face of Bo from the Boshane Peninsula. But yeah, Captain Jack, I mean, the guy oozes charisma as evidenced by this wonderful shirt, wonderful picture, which definitely raised the viewership up, if you know the reference. So, yeah.
I have a question. Why can't he die? Did I miss something?
A thing happened.
Okay, cool.
Okay, this character.
Oh, no! I don't need a 5-minute freaking Doctor Who explanation. All right, a thing happened is fine. But from everything you just said, I have to play this. All right, there you go. Do we not have the Revenge of the Nerds one anymore?
This one's better.
I'd have to find it.
Oh, well, I like having both. It mixes it up. We call each other nerds enough that we need more than one way to do it. So does he? You said replacing Han. Is he a pilot by any means, or do you just mean as a charismatic leader?
He's both. He's a pilot and a charismatic. He could play both the Han Solo role and the Lando Calrissian role.
I was going to say he feels more like a Lando to me.
And the Princess Leia role.
And every role. He can be everybody.
Well, don't be everybody. Don't get rid of my favorite characters. But I kind of do see him more as a Lando charismatic leader for the rebellion so far.
Okay. So, I mean, he could do both. He probably will do both of them, but yeah. Let's go. I mean, I still firmly believe in my original pitch of him just being a rebel. Okay, maybe not replacing Han, but
I don't like the idea of replacing any of the main guys. Like,
okay, so not a replacement, just a charismatic leader for the rebellion. And Frenchie, if you're gonna do this, make sure you're unmuted, by the way.
Why wouldn't he work with Han? I can see the two of them being a great team.
I mean, I don't think Han would work with him. Get your hands off of Chewie!
Hey, get your hands off of Chewie. Frenchie, no, please stay muted. I'm not doing it. It's not me. It's Soda.
All right. So
I'm trying to unmute you as well.
I know. It's like the little kid trying to get the door, and the parent keeps unlocking it. At the same time.
I have a question for 50. If there's one scene in the whole entire collection of Star Wars, you would put Jack.
Also, you spoiled something, and it pissed off the Kiwi.
If there's one scene from like the whole Star Wars universe, you would put Jack in specifically, or moment in Star Wars, what would it be?
Based on my original pitch, if it's just a one-off, I would have him do the Greedo scene. Like, Ben, you know the character. Try to imagine the scene, but replace Han with Jack. That scene plays a whole lot different. He still kills the stupid guy,
but after he bangs him.
But the exchange between them is completely different.
Here's the thing. I don't think he shoots him. I don't think he shoots Greedo.
I think Greedo shoots him first. Obviously, and this version of events, he doesn't miss. He shoots him, and obviously because he can't die, he's like, "Oh man, I thought we had something special there," and then he just shoots him in the face.
You see, I would have.
Yeah, he couldn't handle this mojo.
I would actually would have put him. I forgot the character's name in the last Star Wars. The Benicio, not Benicio del Toro, but
Babu Freak.
Yeah, the one that helps then betrays them.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro.
That is Benicio del Toro.
Oh, it is, but it's okay. I would have actually
DJ
replace at least one of the scenes. Give him that character. Because that character was bad, and I see a Jack Harness as that character instead.
I don't know. He doesn't turn on his friends.
Yeah, but they're not his friends. I feel like we need to move to the next guy. This has been a long. No offense, 50, but we got a long ways to go. But I feel like we got a pretty good spot of where this guy's going.
Mine is very simple. I wanted an apprentice. Not only an apprentice, I wanted a Clone Wars era apprentice, someone that was in the middle of, the highest peak of learning, of accumulation, like having access to all the knowledge they have and really juicing the most they can to be the best Jedi she could be. And also, she's smart. She is the life and heart and brains of the whole group, and that would be Hermione.
Yeah.
Oh man, why you gotta do this to me? You're ripping my heart out.
Hermione
is Captain Jack and Hermione, dude.
You're tearing him apart, Lisa.
You're tearing me apart, Frenchie.
For me, she is if I was a Jedi and have an apprentice, yeah, she's hard-headed sometimes, but you know that there's at a while, you can give her the most you can, but she's not going to copy you. She's going to be her own Jedi, and she's going to soak in everything you take, but make it better There's something about her character that she saves the day multiple times. And as a Jedi, like I would train her, but I know that she probably would save my ass if needed to. For me, it's perfect.
I hate your picks so far because they're so damn good. I think she fits so insanely freaking well. Especially like I'm like thinking about how to build Hermione in a role-playing game now. Like I know exactly what Jedi, like, oh, she'd be a mystic. She'd probably be fighting Makeshi because it's very nerdy and she would have to study the history. Like I see her fighting with...
She would probably study every film and master every single one of them.
But I really do see her fighting like Count Dooku style of like that very, because she has to do more studying for it, that very old school Makeshi style. And like being such a book nerd, she would make such a, like, she would be on the council by age 20. Like, because she is such a studier and overachiever. I'm glad Frenchie's gone because I don't like.
She would make master before she finishes Padawan training.
I like this pick. I like this pick.
Well, yeah. Frenchie left in the middle of his pick, so we can't ask him.
Yeah, I was going to ask him which era of the Jedi would she
what I'm
fit.
going to ask too.
But maybe we should just
he said in his lead-up Clone Wars era.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay. I definitely see her. Thank you, Frenchie. Are you good?
Yeah, for the new roommate just came in.
I gotta ask a question to everyone except Taco because you'll see why. Is anyone else suddenly having fantasies about Captain Jack and Hermione during the Clone Wars era?
No.
I'm talking adult Hermione. Adult Hermione. She left Ron Weasley because he's a bum.
That's fucked up.
But it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
I didn't even do it. Look at Soda did it. Oh my god! You know what? Because that was so awesome. Goodbye, Frenchie. Hello, Soda. Or not Frenchie. 50. That was awesome.
No.
That was awesome.
You once again took off the wrong guy.
I know.
Once again, you took out the wrong guy.
You know what? I don't know what you're doing, 50, but Frenchie's like my favorite person on the screen right now, and that never happens.
Hey, what about me?
You're always here, Ben. You're always there, too.
Hey, you're just there.
Okay,
so having me and Frenchie on at the same time.
Is there any questions? Because if not, we would have to move on a bit. I will be glad to answer any questions. If not, I think my pick is pretty self-explanatory.
Where do you see her being like a Jedi who, I'm going to give you multiple choice. Do you see her as a counselor is mostly going to be only going to force, like, I'm just going to be studying the Force and maybe a little bit of lightsaber, maybe like Nyman, but not really like a go-getter? Do you see her more as a mystic, somebody like Qui-Gon Jinn, who will study the Force but kind of in their own way, and then go and find and not ever want to, he doesn't want to be pigeonholed to, or she doesn't want to be pigeonholed to the Council, and kind of find her own way through the Force but still be loyal to the Jedi? Maybe like a Guardian? Where do you really see her path through the Jedi Order?
She loves to learn what is already there, but apply in her own way. So I see her as a studier, a lot more force-based, a lot less lightsaber, because all of it here is here, right? Yeah. But again, she uses things and applies to the situation you might not necessarily think of using it, right? So she's definitely a force user more than a lightsaber fighter, and she will push the boundaries of what the force ability is.
Is she in the field?
Jocasta Nu.
Yeah, she's very Jocasta Nu, and that's why I'm asking, is she in the field, or is she going to be like running the archives after Jocasta Nu retires? Do you see her out doing shit? Or do you see her just hanging out on Coruscant studying? Like after she's an apprentice?
I see her more studying, but when needed, they send her out in special cases.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
The best agent they got.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like we are pretty good. Unless anyone has any other questions, we kind of got to move. It's gonna be a long show.
Fuck.
Is everyone good?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
All right. Oh, Ben Kenobi, who do you got?
Okay. You need somebody taken care of. You need a bounty hunter. You need somebody who can't die. So who do you call? You call Deadpool. Wayne Wilson as
Yes!
a bounty hunter.
Yes.
You
Damn you, Ben.
You send him in the manual area. You make him look for Apollo Creed. I forget his name. Sorry.
Oh, you
Brief
put him in the
Largo.
Mando era.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I
And
like him in
you-
the Mando era.
I liked him in Empire Strikes Back, so you could have like that whole shot of everybody and then just him making a joke. But all right, I like Mando.
Let Ben finish.
Yeah. All right, Frenchie. Mind your own business.
If you pay him money, he'll do your dirty work for you. And he'll bring his own flavor of Star Wars humor along with it. This guy was made to be in Star Wars.
I'm not gonna lie, Ben. He was my number 6. Like he was this close to being on my list. You give this dude Katorce's swords, like swords that can block lightsabers, and he is devastating. Like, can you imagine him rocking 2? Well, they call it Best Star now in canon, but can you see him rocking 2 of those and like fighting anybody with these indestructible swords? Like, I think he is great. I guess I kind of see him more in the Empire's era when Bounty Hunter's getting a little more work, but I do like him in Mando's too.
What do you think, 50? I want you to hear your fight against him.
Yeah, man. I think for once I actually agree with Taco. He works better during the Empire era, more so than the Mando era, because that was really a thriving point for bounty hunters.
But here's the thing. He likes to play by his own rules. If he worked in the Empire era, he would have to conform to all the rules. Put him in the Mando era, he basically has free reign. He can do whatever he
But
wants.
the thing is, if you put him in the Mando area, he basically dominates because he's the best there is.
Exactly.
Here's my
But then it
problem.
will take away from Mando.
Here's my problem, though, because you have to take not necessarily as is the character, but when there's something really important in the character, you can't ignore it. The fourth wall break. How do you handle that with Star Wars? Because it has no place. You can't ignore it.
It will be brand new. You're right. It would be brand spanking new. Like it would be very weird to see a fourth wall break.
I mean, instead he could have just do force wall breaks.
Is he a force user now?
No,
I get it. No, I'm moving past your dump on 50.
No.
Shooting down your dump.
Let me
Let Ben
explain.
defend- let Ben defend himself.
When
Not defending. I'm loving his pick.
when Jedi's use the Force against him, he smashes through force powers, and basically immune to the Force. That's where the Force wall breaks.
All right.
Let Ben explain.
I want to talk about this fourth wall issue. I think it would add a nice new layer of humor.
I'm sorry, Frenchie. I can't hear. Oh, you did it already. All right, Card. Go ahead, Ben.
I think it would add a new layer of humor to this universe that, when done right, I think it would be really great and brilliant.
Okay, going off what Ben said, I now see where he belongs with Mando, because seeing him in the original trilogy, he just wouldn't fit his humor-wise, anything like that, like his pacing. Like, it would be funny to see him, like, Boba shows up at Cloud City, and then he's like, why are we here? Nah. And, like, he's making fourth wall breaks. That wouldn't fit. But putting him in a TV show, like a one-off episode of Mando where they have to team up, that I love. So I do see him like that. Frenchie, you are muted. Go ahead.
Again, I'm going to go back to an original idea, but I actually see him as a mercenary having that infiltrate the Empire as a stormtrooper.
Oh, I don't know. I think he is the Burke with the mouth, so you can see him as a mercenary, but he just fits so well as a bounty hunter. And bounty hunters are technically mercenaries still. I like the pick a lot.
And you can have him say, you ask Deadpool, I'm in a TV show because they won't let me break the fourth wall in the original trilogy.
Because Taco says I can't.
Right, because yeah, Taco is like a cat.
I know you're making fun of me, but you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I know you're playing me, but you're right. That's a Dragon Ball Z
Congratulations, you
Bridge
played
reference.
yourself.
Yeah. I like him. Do we have anything else more about Deadpool? I think he's great. Honestly, he was my number 6 pick. I think he fits super well as a bounty hunter.
And he could also work very well with Captain Jack, to say.
No. Okay, cool. No one cares about Captain Jack. All right. Is that your pick?
Well, I do like Captain Jack. I do like Captain Jack.
Guys, I think I might be making Soda angry for some reason. I can't imagine why.
Not you, Taco. Nobody disparages Captain fucking Jack.
Yes.
Hey, I know that you're the producer, and I give you. I know Soda's the producer. I give him a lot of power, but I'll still fire your ass.
Dude,
I don't sense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Okay, I created a monster. I told him to add that in, and he's using it on me more than I'm using it on anyone else. It is porn. All right. Is everyone good with Deadpool? Can I play mine? Yeah? Okay. The reason, as I brought up, the reason why I came up with this game is this character, and I'm blowing my load with this guy. But I wanted to get this out right away because it's kind of like the origin of the game. So I watched a 12-hour stream of all the cutscenes throughout 3 different video games. And in the middle of it was this. And it was the beginning of the 3rd game, and it was just how cool this clip is. And I'll play it right now. And this is literally watching this second of this long stream is how I came up with this game. And this is the clip. Shao fucking Kahn is like Sith incarnate. This dude fits so well. This is why the Shredder one bugged me, because Shredder is so close. But Shredder's a ninja and a samurai, and he's a little more sneaky. This dude is a Sith juggernaut through and through. You can't see his hammer, but imagine a Beskar or Katorsis hammer. Not a lightsaber, a hammer that's immune to lightsaber forms. This is, or any type of lightsaber. This guy would be during the Sith Wars, probably in during the Stark Hyperspace War, or maybe, or the Hyperspace War, or maybe during SWTOR. I see him as just this Sith juggernaut that when a lightsaber comes at him, he either tanks it or just blocks it with his freaking hammer, and then one hit just destroys the head of a Jedi, because he's not fighting with any real lightsaber form. He is just more strength than you can handle, more ambition than you can handle. He's going to get in charge of the Sith universe, even though he has no political skills, because he is fucking Shao Kahn. He is the Emperor. He's going to literally rule the galaxy with a hammer, not with politics, but he crushes you. Shao Kahn.
And this is this is why the Sith didn't work as a many group in a sense, but at the same time, you kind of need politics, because you need to know how to backstab people. I have a feeling a lot of people can plot against him, right? A lot of people are, and he is not easily defeated, but he is a very big important.
Not politically savvy,
but he doesn't have loyalty, right?
But he rules with fear. He ruled. You can't look away from results. He did rule our world for thousands of years as he's conquering new realms. I mean, that's it. Is you can plot against them, but ultimately you're gonna have to kill him, and that ain't gonna fucking happen. Yeah, Frenchie, you're muted. I want to hear what you're saying.
I said interesting.
That's a first.
But you get what I'm saying is everybody does want to overthrow him, but no one has the power to, because he is a monster powerhouse.
Until they do the new Mortal Kombat 11, where in the second expansion, and then everyone doesn't care to give a shit about a guy and they're tired of him. So
yeah, but he still almost takes over again at the end of 11 in the new expansion. In Aftermath, no, fucking Outworld still rallies behind him because he's a strong leader. They all know he's evil, and they all know he'll kill them without a thought. But he is a powerful leader. That's why they go away from Kotal Khan. That's why all that shit. He was murdered. He was never turned against. As soon as he came back, they dropped 20 years of Kotal Khan for Shao in like a second because he is the most powerful leader in the galaxy. Because he's massive, he's strong, he's ambitious.
On the flip side, when you rule like that with fear and nothing much else, you make a lot of enemies.
And you can't kill them, though. You can have all the enemies you want, but they're not going to overthrow them.
According to French, they did.
He still needs generals. He still needs people who can still kind of rely on. And
if you're burning the candle at both ends and everyone's going to turn on you.
But he does have generals. He has very strong generals.
But someone's going to get it. But you know what? I'm saying that, but that would actually make an interesting Sith story. We're not looking for the most undefeated. We're looking for the one that's actually interesting. He is the only thing I find that though. He's a bit one-sided. He's a bit 1D. Like he is bulky and everything, but he's lacking in depth and personality. He is like as Shredder. He's very, I will beat you, but there's something aggressive and very fast and very like. But this is just like
dramatic cast.
He's and he's not playing against Shredder right now. Thank God.
I know.
But yeah, you're right. Shredder has that almost sympathetic past, almost. But I'm not even South Dakotan. I'm North Dakotan. It doesn't even make sense. Yeah, go back to New Zealand. Yeah, but you're right. And his flaws is what makes it, because at the end, Luke Skywalker, whoever's going to beat him, like he's going to be beaten by the Liu Kang type, but he is such a powerful villain.
Skywalker.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker, whatever. But he will be eventually defeated, and that's what makes him embody the Sith so much, because all he is fear, strength, and passion. That's a fucking Sith. He's ambitious. He's not going to stop until he rules the galaxy, even though he should not be doing it. That is so Sith, and he's flawed because he wants to use strength and not like. That's what makes him a perfect Sith. I'm not saying it makes him a perfect president. I'm not voting for the guy, but this dude is a Sith colossus.
But
incarnate.
Okay, so if you look like all four characters, what I would like to say with Hermione is, for me, that character is so layered. You can do so many type of stories, so many.
Perfect for a main character. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly perfect for her pitch.
He's good, but he might find like that one story, and then like, what else do you do, right? So I love your pick, but the lack of multi-dimension might.
He's a villain. He's a Star Wars villain.
I have a question though, Taco, because Frenchie's clearly pitching Hermione as the protagonist of a story. Do you have this guy? Is he like his own a story based on him, or is he just like a Thanos villain, sort of like the Emperor in the background that only comes around at the very end of a trilogy type?
I see him during like the SWTOR area where you have a bunch of different Sith generals who are trying to take over, like to take Korriban back. They're trying to kill the Jedi and they're trying to take over all the galaxy. And he's just an overly ambitious general who, with fear, people start fear, and just because they value strength, start following. He's get more and more Sith, more and more council members of the Sith Council are like, dude, if we're gonna rule, if we're gonna take over, Khan's gonna be the guy to do it. And then he takes over, but he's the bad guy. He is that force. He's that Michael Myers pure fucking. He doesn't need to be complex. I'm glad he's not complex, because you're not supposed to sympathize for him. He's a fucking juggernaut who's terrifying. Do I need to show the clip again? Like, he is just this. He's got so much presence of just this massive. Fucking gladly, Soda. Gladly, I'm a nerd.
Massive nerd.
He's one of the most successful video game villains of all time. Every time Mortal Kombat tried to replace him, they had to not They had to bring him back, and there's a reason, because he is like the poster boy of a, like, just because he's not complex doesn't make him not amazing. He's not supposed to be complex. He's a bad guy. I want Hermione to beat him. Like, and that's it. You're ruling or rooting against this guy. That's what makes him a great Sith.
Okay, so based on everything you just said about him, it feels to me more that he would fit as like that emperor that was like the Sith emperor for like 2,000 years in that era.
Yeah.
Feels more to me like that type of character.
Around then, that's the SWTOR era, the Star Wars Old Republic MMO. That's the era that I'm pitching.
I say
but
let's
you
vote.
don't really get to see him right up until the end.
Absolutely, let's vote. We're an hour in, and we're only 2 rounds of 5. Maybe we should not go all 5.
You just want to do one more round then?
No, I'd say we do all 5 rounds, but you actually limit the per thing 5 minutes. No, not even. Yeah, 5 minutes. No,
or less. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's all get together and decide. Let's try to speed up.
Yeah.
I don't want to give any of our characters not enough justice, but let's just try to go a little quicker.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Is that a 2, Luke?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2 3s, a 1, and a 2. So 3 wins it.
Ah, fucking Frenchie.
And no one goes for Captain Jack. Shame
All
on
right,
you.
it was still the same numbers, right? 3 meant Frenchie. Everybody knows that. We're still the same numbers, even though we went opposite. Okay, cool. The reason I should have saved Shao Kahn because I knew Hermione was going to win it, but I thought no one else was pitching a Sith this round, so I went with my Sith.
The reason I didn't go for Shao Kahn is because, and it's a bit unfair, but it's too similar to Shredder.
I knew that was going to happen. Since he pitched Shredder, I'm like, dude, he's so close to Shao.
And I'm sorry for that, but it was. I didn't want to go to the same pitch twice in a row.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ben has been going late. Like he hasn't gone. I think Ben should go first. Are you okay with that, Frenchie, or do you want to go first? All right, Ben, are you comfortable with going first? Are you ready? All right, let's do it. Round 3, fight!
It's funny you did a sip because I'm doing a sip that should be taking place way in the past. There's something that's out to kill, who's a main killer, hunter. He's a predator, baby.
Oh.
Look at that name. Isn't that scream Star Wars?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. All right, but where does he fit?
He fits way in the past. Like with all the other Sith, he's right there.
Oh, he's a Sith?
Yeah.
Fuck! I always thought you were going to pitch him as a hunter, but I love him as a Sith. Damn.
He didn't go around doing stuff. What do you want?
He's such a Sith assassin. Like, he's not, he will never try to take over the Sith Empire, but he will definitely, like, all right, we have a Jedi who's causing us issues, and then he's like,
maybe he's a body. You know what he is? He's a bodyguard for the Sith.
He's a Sith enforcer.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the guy you call when you need a job done right.
Yeah.
But he's more of a, you think of him more as a hunter and a tracker, and he sets traps for people? That's less of an enforcer, right? Like, it's more of a, why don't we just kill the freaking president? And then he's like,
He's a general.
He goes and does it.
He's a general. He's a general from the army.
I see him as a bit of the equivalent of Darth Maul in a sense that he's really cool to look at, but you would need to depth in him like more. He's like one of those you show him once in a movie and you're like, what the fuck was this?
Yeah.
And then you kind of kill him off and like, oh man, and then you do more backstories on him. That's the
What
type
you
of
know? What you know talking about? That's the thing.
or whatever. But it's one of those one shots, and then you pull off.
Imagine hearing the freaking the Duels of Fate music as he shows up and fights like 3 Jedi at the same time, and they're like following into his traps, and he's like freaking taking them all down, like kills 2 of them, and then he gets defeated and runs away, leaving his green blood everywhere. I'm in.
Also, the predator species would also work very well in Star Wars.
They remind me very much of like a Trandoshan, like what Boss
I was gonna
is.
say Trandoshan.
Yeah.
Because
Like
they have a planet
a
that's sort of a
hunter
place to hunt.
Fuck yes. Yes.
We're on the same wavelength, Taco. What did
Yeah,
I do wrong in life?
I don't like it.
So I say we move on. Who wants to go?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but we're trying to speed. But guess what? Predator pitches himself.
Yeah,
he really
Go
does.
ahead, my man.
Are we
Go
going?
ahead.
Are we going my way and then around?
I say we go vertical. Like I go next, and then you tackle 54. Like
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Frenchie wants to go.
My character speaks for herself too. I wanted something, the cutest thing on the planet. I wanted to pitch something that would translate perfectly, seamlessly, and as a droid, and that would be Wally.
Yeah.
Wally.
I saw him when I was looking for mine, and as soon as I saw Wally, I said, "Son of a bitch."
For me, like Wally and BB-8, Wally and you fit him with any other droid, you fit him with any other situation, he brings something more. And he has the heart of R2-D2, but still different. He loves. R2-D2 is all about faith, right? He's faithful to Luke Skywalker. Wally is kind of searching his humanity, which is something you don't really see in that type of droid, right? Yeah. For me, he fits. He is perfect, and he has the humor to go with it that fits already the Star Wars humor.
Where are you pitching him? Are you pitching him like in like the sequel?
In the original.
Not sequel trilogy, not with BB-8.
No, I mean, like, you put him in anywhere, like any era, he would fit. But for me, he fits better with the Rebels. He fits better with that type of like situation or scenario. Personally,
I have a good thing to say, and then I have a negative to throw at you. So just be ready for it. I'm gonna put the picture up again. What Wally brings that R2-D2 doesn't have and that C-3PO doesn't is he has those sympathetic eyes, right? They divide. He's expressive. So humanized. He's because of the one expression of being able to move his eyes. He is so humanized, and that's what I like about him. And I think he would fit really well, especially being in like 3-way arguments with R2-D2 and C-3PO. Like he would fit really good, especially since you also don't understand him. But my negative is he's not useful. He's a trash compactor. He's not going to fix a chip like R2-D2, and he's not going to translate like C-3PO. So where is his use? Why do you bring him onto your team?
It's easy. Like the damages after the battles of X-Wings and the damages that is done by the Empire. He is that droid that picks up the pieces, compacts it, and makes sure that the Rebels are able to recycle it after. He is the aftermath droid, not a repair droid. He's an aftermath droid.
So he just picks up fucking battlefields?
Exactly. And like they have
What do you need him on your ship then? Then he's gonna hang out at the base.
Not battlefields. Like you have like parts of like planes that get destroyed. You have damages inside. Anything to do with damage, anything to do with recycling, anything to do with like picking up. He's there. He's a hard worker. And he is as useful because, again, Rebels are low on stuff. It's not like the Empire. They have an unlimited resource. Rebels have to find a way to be smart about the way they do things. And the best way to do that is to recycle, is to use things that you already have, but it's not necessarily useful in that form. So for me, he fits anyways.
Okay, I'm not 100% pitch. I don't see like if I'm trying to throw a group together of why I need that. But no. I get what you're saying. But if I were like throwing together a group to be on my ship, I'd be like, all right, I need my astrogator, I need my translator, I need my mechanic. I don't need my garbage droid. And
Okay,
I see him on like Hoth or on the stations.
You know what? In that case, even if like we saw it in the Empire, I am sure the rebels have a trash compactor anyways. He's the guy behind the levers of the trash compactor. He's the guy operating. He's the droid operating the goddamn thing. All right,
it's dumb, but I like it. Much like you.
Yeah, there you go.
No, this is probably the most I've enjoyed Frenchie ever, and I'm uncomfortable with it. I'm being won over by him. I'm uncomfortable by it. Okay, do anyone have any more questions? We do kind of got to move on.
No, move on.
All right, who's next? Is it me?
I think it's you.
Oh, shit. All right. Okay, I got a pitch. I've been wanting to make this character in a Star Wars role-playing game. A bounty hunter who's not about fighting. He's not about, like, the big gun and the cool ship and the cool armor. He is more like a private investigator. Not all bounties are take down the big evil guy. A lot of times it takes a lot of investigation, and it takes a lot of mental fortitude, and think like the old Gumshoe, the old film noir investigator. But he's a droid, and he's from Fallout 4, Nick Valentine. That's my pitch. So he's a very smart, very great PI who's going to be a bounty hunter, but not like the Boba Fett shooting, but the track down. And then when it comes to taking out his opponent, he knows how to do it, or he's just going to bring them in. He is the not passive, but like the extremely smart investigator bounty hunter. I'm thinking, again, during like the Mando era, maybe he's just friends with Mando, or maybe he helps Mando track somebody down. But so that's my pitch. Please tell me other people played Fallout 4.
No.
Nope.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
It's only you. But
this is to help your pitch with Wally. Somebody's got to be clean. All right, I know Jess in the Jessica, not Kiwi, but Jessica in the comments will help me with Fallout 4. She loves Fallout. Come on, somebody.
to me, it doesn't sound much like a bounty hunter at all. It sounds more like a private detective.
Subverting it. He's subverting it. He's bounty hunting is a detective. They're private investigators.
I like his angle for bounty hunter. I just don't find it's an interesting angle per se. The way he pitches it, unless you have other things to add, like what makes him special. I think it's in the right direction, but it doesn't add enough flavor.
All right. Okay. I thought that you guys were Fallout fans, so I thought that he was going to pitch himself. I really thought at least one of you guys would go, Nick Valentine. All right. So let me explain him really quick.
Oh, you mean Nick Valentine? Well, he is.
Thank you, Ben. All right.
But I agree with Frenchy. I think if you didn't pitch it as a bounty hunter, I would have liked it more.
Okay. Let me do one more then. I thought that he was going to kind of pitch himself, but I see that no one knows him. So let me do it. So he is a synth, or like a droid. In this world, he would be a droid, but he has the memories of a old detective or cop inside his head. And so he's pretty much like an ever living, hundreds of years. He could be in multiple eras. He could be in the KOTOR era. And then you see him again later on. So he is like a old detective and problem solver. His memories and everything in his life was all put into this never dying droid whose its job is, so he's going to be less of the, find Han Solo and bring him to me so I can put him in carbonite type guy, and more of that, like, you need a detective in the universe to find your daughter, or to, solve like something like that. Like, my daughter's missing, or, find my killer. Like, he's more of that old film noir. The bounty hunting isn't just the big gun shooting multiple people. That's what we think of it because that's what we see in the movies. But that's not what a private investigator does. He's a very detective private investigator. Like, I think he's what's missing as a bounty hunter. And I think bounty hunters can be like that. I've been wanting to play a character like this in a role-playing game because I feel like, thank you, somebody in the comments has it. But yeah, so he doesn't fit because he's subverting the expectations, because I'm tired of these big brute bounty hunters, because he is a bounty hunter that works with his mind. He isn't just trying to kill the big main bad dude. He isn't an antagonist. He's a protagonist, and he's trying to save somebody's daughter or find the person who's missing, or do what Jack Nicholson did in Chinatown, trying to figure out the evil dude who's trying to destroy the planet. He's a good bounty hunter who doesn't think with his gun. He thinks with his robot brain that is an old cop's memories.
I love that. Like, the whole old cop thing, I get it more. It's just because I think I don't know the character. Because I don't know the character.
Fuck off.
He still kind of feels unidimensional, and something is missing still.
I know.
I like the direction you're going though, but
I feel like the Fallout fans are getting it more. I really thought that at least one of you guys would play one of the most successful video games of all time. Well, I guess that's my pitch, you fucking assholes. Who do we got? 50?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, yep. Fuck you, Soda. I'm not even from South Dakota. And I rhymed. You suck.
Okay, so I guess it's back to me again. So my pitch is a lesser-known character, an underrated show in an expansive universe. Only lasted for one season because it got canceled, and I'm going with
Firefly. Sorry.
I said an expansive universe.
Sorry,
I said an underrated show in an expansive universe.
Oh,
and
so
I'm
Star Trek I don't care about?
Maybe, but I'm going with Zeta from the Zeta Project, which not really the best picture, but on the opposite end, there really isn't a good picture of this guy you can find. Anyways, so this is a spin-off of a spin-off. It's a spin-off from Batman Beyond, back in the days of the DC animated universe. And basically, this guy was the first of a new model of robots in the future with holographic projectors that allowed them to look and talk like anyone they wanted to. And he was the first success, but he was kind of branded a failure because reasons I don't remember. But he was branded dangerous because there was something wrong in his programming, because he wanted to be more like a human and less like a robot. And the reason I chose this guy is because it's basically Proxy from the Force Unleashed game. And I really want Proxy to be in the Star Wars universe, canon, I should say. But since we don't have that yet, I'm going with the next best thing. I'm going with Zeta, and I'm going to place him somewhere late in the High Republic era, using the same skills that Proxy used in the game. He just takes on a holographic form, and he just is in the Jedi Temple training Jedi different lightsaber forms. Like we have the David Tennant droid that helps younglings build their lightsabers, and that we see in that great episode written by the greatest showrunner to ever exist. But yeah, so this guy trains them in lightsaber form. And Taco's favorite thing of all time, lightsaber forms. He knows all the different lightsaber forms, and he can take on different appearances of people from like all the different generations of Jedi. And he can just help train the next generation of Jedi. I see him doing that for about 400 years, and he's like Yoda's best friend. Or psychic. Yoda really trusts him because obviously Yoda was around for all 400 of those years. And right around the time when the Clone Wars started, people started to get a little less trusty of droids, which kind of transitions into his storyline from the show, where people just hated him because he was a robot and he was persecuted, and he went kind of after Order 66. He escaped the Jedi Purge, and he was kind of hunted because he's a droid, and people hate droids now because the Clone Wars happened, and it's okay to be racist to droids for some reason.
Look,
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I love the character. I know the character. I love the character. I find it's miscast. I would have put him in Rogue One.
Okay, is he in the Batman universe? Is he a teaching type, or is he a bad guy, or what is he? What's the character? I know what you were saying he would fit as like Proxy, but was he anything like Proxy in Batman?
Thinking about it, not really, but I mean, creative liberties, right?
Okay, all right.
But in that case, you're just using the show. You're just using the visuals, and the point of this is to translate the character into Star Wars, not just use a shell, right?
I hate to agree with this dirty Frenchman, but I do have to agree because you're pitching a character I love. You're pitching Proxy. And I love Proxy, and I think Proxy should be canon, and I want them to do something like Proxy again, and especially in the ways of like a David Tennant, like he almost works with the David Tennant lightsaber building guy as the lightsaber teacher because he can turn into other different bows and use different things. But you're not using Proxy. This guy isn't Proxy. He's some villain in a bag.
Let me just readjust my pitch to say that after the Great Jedi Purge, and like I said, he's now being persecuted.
Yep.
It's basically just that show, that one single season, the Zeta Project in the Star Wars universe, where in the show he meets this girl, he kind of joins up with her, and she helps him find his creator and proves he's not a bad guy. And okay, let's just forgo for a second the whole training Jedi for 400
things
years.
like his past background.
Yeah,
but
he was intended to be this thing, and now people think he's bad. So now he goes from planet to planet searching for his creator. Could be around the Rogue One era, maybe, I don't know. But he's just searching for his creator to prove he's not one of the bad droids. He's actually someone who can be trusted.
You know what it sounds like to me? It kind of sounds like Logan's backstory from the X-Men movie, in a way.
Yeah, kind of. Well, how he has hundreds of years of fighting and helping, like Logan, and then later he's persecuted for being.
He just wants to belong to someone, some place.
Okay, I'm liking it more now that you adjusted a little bit. Because you're not pitching Proxy, you're pitching Proxy 400 years later
in the Star Wars universe. Same thing exactly as the show, but in the Star Wars universe, and
I follow a lot more
abilities to blend into any planet.
Yeah, if he was in a movie, he would be in the Rogue One era, not in the training Jedi time, but that would be his backstory. And now he's searching for his creator to prove he's not a bad droid.
Yeah, he could debut as that guy, and then later, through expanded media, add the whole backstory of him being training Jedi for 400 years.
Yeah, I dig it. Yeah, I follow you.
I say let's vote.
Absolutely. Before we vote, we have somebody who's saying that helping me out of Detectives Are the OG Bounty Hunters. I believe she's trying to help me out. And also, we do have a vote. Our first vote is somebody saying Predator. It's definitely their vote. I don't think we can add in the chat. We would have to discuss it among each other to let their votes be in. But Ben, you have a admirer for your vote. Okay, we ready? Soda, let's do it. That only took 20 minutes.
All right. So you know
10 minutes shorter than the other one.
So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Predator wins.
Landslide, Ben.
A landslide.
I honestly forgot Predator was in this round. I was trying to think, like, who do we got? Wally? And then because of her, I was like, oh yeah, shit, Predator's in this round. I'm sorry, Frenchie. Keep in mind you are muted, but I couldn't keep doing it. Oh. Whew.
So I say that I'm the only one who hasn't started first. Can I start?
Go
first?
ahead. Yeah,
it's you and then Taco going first.
I'm bringing in my big guns here. Personally, this is my big gun one because it took some time before realizing, but this character is made to be Star Wars for one specific role. This person is a council member. This person is in the old in the prequel era. He's genius. He is powerful,
I know who you're going with.
but flawed. He thinks he's doing the best things, and yet always backfires on him. Like the council members, it backfired on them too. And that is Professor X.
Fuck yeah.
He's already got a seat at the council.
Exactly. I mean,
Oh,
All right.
guys, let me pitch.
Okay, I wanted to just say he's been unhandicapped now longer than he's been handicapped in the comics. But anyways, keep going.
But yeah, he is so powerful that, like, in any council member Jedi, they are to be feared with. But he is also respected. Not just how he's a great Jedi. He talks, you listen. He gives counsel, you listen. So he is council member 101 in my books.
Yeah. I have a question, but if anyone else has one, they can go first. They can ask first.
No.
Okay, a big thing that makes Professor X is that he's going for mutant rights and he's very persecuted, and a lot of times he kind of goes a little overboard because he's very Magneto-y, at least in the comics. I'm going off the comics. But he still acknowledges that mutants are the master race, but he wants them to interact. Where does that fit in with a Jedi? Like, he has superiority over non-Force users? Is that what you're thinking?
No, but I see him fight the rights for more. Let's say the whole rule about Jedi can only be young. You know, Jedi are like it's like no, Jedi can be something else. Jedi can be something that is not just uniformly what we always set as. You know, and the Force is so much more than just the Jedi. And like, let's say like. He leans a bit in the evil or like the Sith. He is gonna fight for the right of redemption and the Force itself. So he is a spokesperson for the people that usually are not represented.
I see him very as an outlier, almost Qui-Gon-y, less of giving a shit about the Jedi code and more about the ways of the Force. Exactly. I definitely see that. But instead of being like Qui-Gon was a guardian and he was out working this shit, he's working within the council. And he's almost very Dooku-esque in that way. I mean, I don't think he's going bad, but...
No, but sometimes he makes decisions that other people might see as wrong, but he justifies himself. And with good arguments, you can kind of agree.
He definitely would be the if you put, where are you putting him? I'm assuming prequel era.
Yeah.
Okay, I see him butting heads. I assumed that because he fits so well. I see him butting heads really big with Yoda and Mace, and almost being the third of that.
Yes.
Yeah, I really hate that you've been doing really good pitches.
I have an issue with this pitch, though, because the thing about Professor X is that he always fights and defends a group of people who are oppressed and hated by the vast majority. Jedi aren't really that. You don't really need to fight and defend the Jedi very often.
But
unless
it's like the subject matter, you can manipulate it. The character trait that stays though is he fights and he defends that the things that usually go against the Jedi way, but still make sense. It's not old school stuff. It's out of the box, it's something that it's not necessarily regular, he's going to defend it. And it's that character trait. It's that defense. It's that fight that is the same.
To back Frenchie up, how Professor X fights for mutant rights and stuff. He's not fighting specifically for the Jedi or the Jedi Order, but more for the Force. And that's what makes him a weird outlier. Is he's not the champion for the Jedi, he's a champion for the living Force, much like how Qui-Gon was.
I think it would have been better if he was just defending a specific or any races that are shunned by the rest of the galaxy.
But you see, Professor X doesn't just defend mutants; he defends the relationship between humans and mutants.
That's what I'm saying. He defends the oppressed people.
But if Jedi are definitely oppressed towards the end. During Frenchie's time, freaking the Emperor says that Jedi disfigured me, let's kill them, and everyone goes, okay.
Yeah, but at that point, they're all being hunted down.
But what is oppressed with this is the oppression is the old ways that Jedi see things, that it has to be like this, has to be like this, like this, and he's a defender of the Force. The oppressed is the old school mentality, and he's trying to change that old school mentality, say, look, it's more than this what it is. He is defending the Force, which is oppressed by rules.
Okay, we do got to move on. I feel like Frenchie made a really good point. I'm trying to fight with him too. 50, do you have any more quick questions?
No, I just think that it's better when he's defending people or race as opposed to an idea.
Okay, let's end it there. I don't think we're gonna solve it. I don't think we're gonna concede here, but that's 54s. I can't get used to calling you 54. I'm just gonna call you 50.
I can change it back if you like.
No. I like that you're number 4 and you went with 54, but people are calling you 54 in the comments, and I'm like, it's hilarious to me. Like, yeah, what the fuck, 54? Yeah, she did that earlier. All right, we can agree to disagree just for the sake of moving on. I love your pick. Who do we want to go for the second one?
I don't know.
You'll go? All right. Benjamin.
You're going to like this. If you're looking for a butler, if you're looking for somebody...
Oh, no, man!
All right, come on, let him pitch.
No!
There's only one guy. It's Rat.
No!
All right, this is another Doctor Who, and this is the potato head.
Me here, Ben. How can I vote against this guy?
Well, I mean, you weren't going to vote for Professor X, so it's pretty easy.
I haven't heard your pitch yet, Taco.
Yeah.
It is a lovable butler who has all the scripts you could ask for. Pair him with a C-3PO, pair him with R2-D2, and he'll fight for you. He'll defend you, he'll fight for you, and he will serve you eggs in the morning.
And he might even kill you in the process. And not by accident.
Until what? Anyway.
Sontaha. But Ben, I have a question though.
What?
Do we have him as a butler, a warrior?
Okay, who is this guy?
Because he's all three of them.
What is he normally? And what is he in the Star Wars universe? I have no idea. He looks like some bounty hunter guy to me. I don't know anything about that.
Okay, I'm combining both of him. A protocol creature here, but he can also be a warrior, so he's both. He's whatever you need him to be. He's loyal. He's a great companion.
So he's like a bodyguard.
Yeah.
He is.
He's a bodyguard that might kill you by accident or not by accident.
But he is the red defenders of Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a bad guy?
He could be, but he's that loyal. He will never question. He was always going to be on your side. If he's on your side and you're paying him, or he has some
Place him in the Star Wars universe for me, please, Ben.
I don't want to he like Halo Fit without being a bounty hunter, if that makes sense.
Whose side is he working for, and in what era?
Clone Wars. Clone
Clone
Wars.
Wars.
He is a clone. Yeah. All the clones are Santarans now.
Okay, all right, shut up, 50. So he's think of him in like working for like Count Dooku in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I can see it now. So he's like kind of like it's like a really awesome henchman.
Yeah.
All right, so you have Asajj and you have in Savage. You have Savage Venture, Savage Opress, and Potato Head guy.
But at the same time, they're very similar to Drax from Guardian
Drax
Galaxy.
is
Like
Drax.
humor goes over their head. Okay, they don't get shit sometimes, and they take shit way too seriously, way too on paper, which is not a good thing for a bounty hunter sometimes, because you need like details and be like, well, that's what you said. And like, no, that's
so he's
we're not supposed to kill him.
That's why I prefer the idea of him being a servant of Dooku.
Yeah, so he's like the simple comic relief servant of Dooku. I kind of love it, and as a foil for Dooku's like very serious, posh nature, I think it's hilarious.
It would look so perfectly.
Yeah, it does. Sounds great.
As
In
a
Clone
servant
Wars.
for Dooku, it's perfect. Yeah.
No what?
Sonta.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I think you did a good pitch. I think we're good. I like it. Anyone else have any questions? Because I think that sounds great as like a cool, almost comic relief, but slightly badass bounty or protector of Dooku during Clone Wars. All right.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Tries to protect Dooku and hopefully doesn't melt him with acid.
I've been drinking too much beer. I don't even know who's all gone this round.
I think I haven't. Oh yeah. No, we can't hear it, Soda. We can't hear it, Soda. That's such a good line, and we can't hear it.
Can you unmute it, Soda?
Check this one. The Times. Should I set it up?
Yeah, why not?
All right. I see him now.
Everybody loves Strax.
Okay.
He's a horrible bounty hunter. If you really
but a great butler / bodyguard / nurse.
Yeah. He's definitely the point is he's not going to be good at it. Like if he tries to stop any of the Jedi, they're just going to pick him up and throw him out of the way. That's how I kind of saw that.
And he's going to be fighting them the entire way through.
Have we just seen? So this round, I'm getting a little more loopy. So this round, we've seen Professor X and now Strax, and that's
Strax.
And now, all right, 50. Do you want to go or do you want me to go? All right, we got one more of these.
Possibly alien. When you find something brand new in the world, something you've never seen before, what's the next thing you look for?
A grenade.
I'm the clever one. You're the potato one. We can sit here all day, but we gotta move on. Unfortunately, can't believe I just said that. Geez, I'm getting old.
Yeah, 50. You're pretty old. Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I don't think I've gone third so far. So
have I gone third? I don't even know what's going on anymore, dude.
I don't know. Can I go first? Can I go next?
Yeah, go.
Go.
See, there's a lot of advantage for going fourth because I can see how good your guys' pitches are, and I can decide which one to go. You gave this to me twice now, but go ahead.
Okay, so my next one is a character by the name of Tetrax, and it's a very underrated character from a show called Ben 10, a show I used to grow up with.
He's Ben 10.
Yeah, so basically this guy is a creature made entirely of diamonds, the last of his species, and he's sort of like this cool bounty hunter mercenary with a hoverboard and a spaceship with a liquid pilot that can basically recreate himself from the smallest cell. And he shoots diamonds from his hands. And like I said, he's a bounty hunter. And when he was younger, during the show's history, at one point he used to work for anyone who would pay him the big bucks, and he was very reckless and selfish and stupid. But at one point he took a job for the alien overlord Vilgax that he didn't really think too much of it at the time. He just says, go get me this element right there. So yeah, okay, you pay me the big bucks, and I'm gonna go and get that thing for you. And he brought it to him, and it turns out that element, weird way to base the show around this, but that element was the thing he needed to destroy the guy's entire species. So that's why he's the last of his species, because he went and worked for the most evil guy in the galaxy and gave him the weapon he needed to destroy his people. And now he's got that baggage that he did it. And when we meet him first time in the show, he goes to Earth to retrieve the Omnitrix, which is the watch that Ben 10 uses to transform into different aliens. He was sent by the same guy, Vilgax, to get it for him. But he's basically got his own agenda. He doesn't go there to get the watch for Vilgax. He goes there to make sure that the watch never reaches the guy's hand, that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, because he has that baggage of having his entire species die at his hand, and because of his negligence. So I can definitely see him during the rise of the Empire, during that whole era, trying to do as a bounty hunter that specifically takes on jobs to secretly undermine the Empire without making it too obvious that he's working against them, which is something I don't think we see a lot.
Yeah, kind of like the Bad Batch era, kind of.
That's a great one. The Bad Batch era, he could team up with the Bad Batch on several occasions.
I have a question. What character would be his nemesis?
I think he just fights against the Empire.
He's more of a good guy, yeah.
If you're working with the Empire,
if you have like an action scene, and you're fighting, who are you choosing for him to fight against?
The Bad Batch?
Or I want one character.
He's a good guy. I think I could see him fight Cad Bane, because he's good at hand-to-hand combat and range combat. He uses weapons, but he also can just shoot diamonds from his hands. So he's a very versatile fighter. And just like Cad Bane. Cad Bane is also good with, and also Cad Bane can fly. And like I said, he's got a hoverboard, so they can fight on land, in flight, on the ground, on a spaceship even.
He reminds me a lot of the bounty hunter during the Clone Wars era, Dirge, because you said that he can get destroyed but come back. And Dirge...
I didn't say that. I don't know if he can. It's never been explored on the show itself.
Did you not say that he can heal?
No. But the guy's made of diamonds, so it's very hard to damage him.
Oh.
Dirge can lose entire limbs and grow them back, so it's a bit different.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I thought you said that he could get destroyed to the particle and grow back. Okay, sorry.
No, he's got a pilot. His pilot is sort of liquid ooze that is basically like dirt.
That's what you get for having too long of backstories. It confuses my simple fucking North Dakota mind.
That sounds like some simple North Dakotan gobbledygook, but that's just me.
All right, well, fuck off.
You didn't have a response to that.
I do have a response to it, and it's the best response in the galaxy.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
That's me. That's me versus you. Fuck off. I'm not fired.
Sarah Silverman.
I'm above the law.
I am above the law.
I'm above the law. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I do like his pitch. Is that? Does anyone have any questions before we move on? Sadly, with Frenchie's pitches, after his pitch, we have like 3 seconds to respond because it takes so long. Okay, I'm going to mute Frenchie so I can hear myself think. And I I shot myself in the foot of choosing these people that no one knows. and the next one's definitely
going to be the one.
Yeah, and I think this one's definitely going to go over heads because he's from the greatest TV show of all time, in my opinion. Nope.
Lion Guard.
This guy's a gangster. This guy, he's not Jabba the Hutt, but he is a drug kingpin. He would be running. He's better than the Pike Syndicate. He'd be running the drugs in the entire galaxy. He came up from nothing in the slums, and he has risen from taking over the corners of his planet and then taking over the projects of his planet and eventually controlling the entire drug empire with his best friend, who he later kills, or who later gets sent to prison, but his best friend, we're talking Idris Elba himself, Stringer Bell from The Wire.
Ooh.
I fucking love The Wire, and I think Stringer Bell is one of the best characters. This guy is suave. This guy's a businessman. He's not a gangster like Jabba the Hutt. He's not going to have some palace, and he's not part of the underworld. He's going to use his drug connections to work his way up through the Senate. And this dude wants to look legit. He's the money man. He's going to look legit. No one's going to know he is secretly running the entire spice trade throughout half the freaking galaxy. This is Stringer Bell, and he is the best drug kingpin ever. I'll unmute you, Frenchie. That's my pitch. Sorry, let me do that again. That's my pitch. Are we doing it at the same time, Soda? Let me do it. All right, I'm not going to do it anymore. For some reason, it's not working for me.
Like calling someone at the same time he's calling you.
Oh, it says it won't let me unmute them because they muted themselves. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Frenchie.
Now, I like the idea. My question
can we talk about how sexy freaking Idris Elba is in his 20s? Look at that fucking gorgeous man.
But he's sexy now.
Well, he's still sexy, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
But is it me or he sounds better suited for a Star Wars novel?
Yeah, but that's still part of the Star Wars universe. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, the way you're pitching him, for movies and everything, but he sounds like you really have to flesh him.
Sounds a little bit like Rin Riven Die to me.
I don't know who that is, but yeah, but he's a very complex villain. Bring him in a novel, which is good because we haven't really had a novel villain, and novels are just as important. When you're pitching the main character, go over and look at this guy and see his rise. And we can have multiple novels of his rise from the slums of probably Corellia up to being in charge of all the spice in the whole world. And also, I love that this person thought I was talking about Christopher from Sopranos. But now, talk about Stringer Bell.
I thought you were talking about Walter White at one point.
I thought you were talking about Gut.
Nope. Fucking Stringer Bell. If you haven't seen The Wire, do yourself a favor. It's my favorite TV show of all time. I think it is the best TV show ever. But yeah, so think of this guy who in our world started in the projects of Baltimore, and then him and his friend Avon Barksdale kind of got in control of the projects, and then they started selling drugs outside the projects to all the corners. And then they ran all of the towers to move up. That's what this guy did.
You know, if you want to make a movie appearance, just one appearance at least, I find he fits Solo, a Star Wars.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. When you see he's, absolutely Solo. And I almost see him as somebody who's never a addressed bad guy. He's kind of a constant evil, showing the corruption of the system. Because just like the system of reality, there is the system of Star Wars. He is the dude who, through drug money, has now a very big role in the galaxy, and you can't take him down. And you don't need to take him down. He is always that piece of crap, crooked dude who got up there by destroying multiple lives with spice, aka heroin.
I have a question because there are so many characters. I mean, you can name 5 outright without even thinking. So many characters you can pitch as crime lords in Star Wars. I mean, I can just say one now. Doria Moldova could work in Star Wars, and I'm sure Soda appreciates that pick. So what does this guy bring to the table that's different from like any other character that we can pitch right now?
He's
not any character that exists in Star Wars and any other random drug lord from any other TV show.
He's not Walter White because he's just not. He doesn't want to be looked at as that kingpin. And well, also thank you, Jess, but yeah, sex appeal for one. By not for one, but for two. But he isn't Vito Corleone. He isn't Jabba the Hutt. He isn't going to run his drug empire and he's going to sit with his bitches. And you're going to see him as like an advisor in the Senate. You know, like he's going to like, you kind of see him working in politics and he's like going to be here and there because he's going legit. He's the money guy to a vast, complex drug empire. He's not a gangster. He's a drug kingpin. And nobody knows. If the Jedi are like, hey, there's a spice problem going on, it will never be led back to Stringer because no one realizes that he is the money dude and he's the criminal mastermind behind all of the drugs in the co-worlds.
So when you said that, I kind of picture him as like, kind of like Mas Amedda, the guy that stands right next to the Chancellor, whispering in his ear and stuff like that.
Zane, how are you doing? You just got here. I was
wondering where that guy went. But you see my point? The guy that whispers into the ears of people in power and maybe playing both sides, whichever one fits him better.
Exactly, but he's doing it for monetary gain. He's doing it because he's trying to make money. He's trying to get legislation passed to help him fund.
To help his own agenda.
Yeah, help his own agenda, but also he is taking all this drug money to back politicians that help him, to back crooked politicians, and he's using drug money to get Palpatine elected or to get the banking clan something. Like he's what we're missing in the criminal underworld of Star Wars is this money guy who's and also a drug kingpin. So he's gonna issue hits, but no one's gonna realize it's him. He's not high profile. He's low.
He's not the guy you would think of pulling these strings behind the scene.
And he's never gonna look like a gangster because he's very low profile. You know, he's just another dude in a suit. He's hanging out at Capitol Hall, but you don't realize that all the money he's giving to somebody to go bribe an official is fucking heroin money, or spice money, and that's what makes him so great.
Okay, it's a good pick.
Ben, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just listening.
Am I the last one for this round?
Yeah.
All right. What was everybody's this round? I'm a little drunk.
I think yours was Stringer Bell, but I'm not sure.
Yep, Stringer Bell, and yours is Potato Head. Was this round?
No, that's Ben.
Oh, yours is but Potato Head is number 2, and then Frenchie, what was yours?
Professor X.
Oh fuck, damn it!
I forgot about that. It's been so long.
Yeah, and 50. Yours was
mine
Ben
is
10
Diamond Guy from Ben 10.
Yeah. All right.
We got good? Potato Head, Diamond Guy, Professor X, and Stringer Bell, a collection of names.
He just came in, so he doesn't think he knows who Star Wars does. Knows who Star Wars does. Okay. All right.
So 3, 2,
shit.
1, go.
Ben, you can't vote for yourself.
Thank you.
That is a 4-way tie.
Wow. Someone actually voted for me for once.
Wasn't me.
Okay, we didn't know what we're going to do in a tie situation.
No, I said Soda's the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
But I didn't think we would have a 4-way tie. Mr. Potato Head does do Star Wars. Okay, Zane, you missed a lot. Wait until the next round and you'll know what we're doing. Okay. Soda, I hate to give you all of the power because I didn't think we would ever have a 4-way tie.
I've got my answer.
Okay. Yeah!
Oh!
Oh my God, Dark Horse! I thought I was not going to get a vote at all.
Yeah,
Really?
that because I've never seen The Wire, and you maybe want to actually go and watch the show.
Watch The Wire for everybody, except for my nephew. You're too young, but everybody else watch The Wire.
I was sure.
Okay,
But how did Professor X not win? He's such a council member.
I voted
I'm
for
still
him.
shocked that Soda didn't go for Strax.
Yeah, me
I thought Professor X was going to landslide because Frenchie's way too good at this game.
Like Strax obviously is like my favorite of all these characters, but if I'm going based on the arguments, it was.
Hey, I needed a point. Come on.
Yeah, you needed a point. But I just have one thing to say about this. Horse, you have failed in your mission. Prepare to be incinerated. Have you any final word?
All right, we're getting close to 2 hours in, and we have one round left.
And I'm about to fall asleep. So.
All right, okay, I have to go and drain the swamp. So I will be right back. If you guys want to talk amongst yourself or start the round, I'll be right in. I'm sorry.
We can talk about Strax while he's away. I'm trying to retroactively put Strax in that era of Clone Wars when it's just Dooku on Sereno talking to the Emperor, and then there's Strax in the middle like, would you like some tea? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to come up with Strax jokes, but that just putting him in one of those scenes would be amazing.
I like the idea of replacing all the clones with Drax as species.
But see, here's the problem, though. The Sontarans have been in a war with the Rutans for 10,000 years because neither side is smart enough to know when to give up. So if you replace all the clones with Sontarans, the Clone Wars just goes on forever and ever. And it's like two robots playing chess with each other. There's no clear winner. Or maybe not chess, but rock, paper, scissors, which actually did happen in Doctor Who. Two robots playing rock, paper, scissors.
One season.
It's officially season 17, which is in 1979, I think. That was Tom Baker's almost last season.
Okay.
But to go into a much bigger point, that kind of led to a bit of a stalemate between the Movellans and the Daleks, because they were both highly advanced, smart, robotic creatures, hey Taco, that were locked in a never-ending war with each other because neither side knew what to do next.
Okay, I leave for 3 seconds and he goes on a freaking Doctor Who. Guys, what are you doing? I don't know. This isn't Let's Talk About Doctor Who. Jeez.
One of these days, we gotta do a show where it's like Star Wars versus Doctor Who, where you present something.
You're
from
using
Star
the word
Wars.
"we." You're using the word "we."
Oh my
Wrong.
God.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that shit.
No, but we can host it. Our own version of movie fights.
Oh, I love it!
I like it.
I am not on that podcast because it's going to be 8 hours long. Fuck that.
And we probably have to make new rules.
Okay, we're already at 2 hours, and my nephew said Shaggy can do Star Wars. Have you seen his powers? Yeah. It's a meme that's a couple years old.
Wow, man. Zoinks!
Yeah, I mean, I think he would be like the guy who sells death sticks. He'd be hanging out in the cantina.
Like, you want to buy some death sticks, man?
Yeah. What about some Scooby Snacks? Oh, zoinks.
Zoinks,
right.
I gotta go home and rethink my life.
You guys,
Okay,
let's wrap it up.
I've gone fourth. I've gone fourth.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, you dick. I've gone fourth and first. That's like all I've done. Yeah, whoever hasn't gone first, and I want to go second. All right, yeah, Ben. Is everyone cool with that? Ben, go ahead.
I mean, I
never
went
got
to
second,
finish
right?
people, but okay. You want a monster. You want a monster to defend your thing. You want somebody to.
All right, so just my cousin being hilarious. So go ahead, man.
You want a monster to defend
Nephew.
something. You attack anybody who tries to get your thing. There's only one creature in the galaxy you get to be a guardian of something, anything. You can kill anyone who gets you, who attacks the xenomorph.
Do we got a picture?
No
Soda?
picture?
There you go.
Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you know in Return of the Jedi, you know when Han and Luke are down in the pit?
Han's in the pit? You mean Luke's in the pit?
It's Luke and
the
Gamorrean.
No, you mean the Sarlacc pit.
No.
Or do you mean the Rancor? Because it's
Yeah.
just
The Rancor.
Yeah, that's just Luke.
Okay. Okay. We play the Rancor. We play the Rancor with the Xenomorph, and there you go.
I mean, he's a little too effective. He's more effective than the Rancor. Luke would have fucking died.
I mean,
Wouldn't
because
have lasted them that.
that's the thing with the xenomorphs. They are a plague. They are something you fear. It's yes, the Rancor is cool, and you replace him, it kills efficiently, and it's awesome to see.
You're completely. I know where you're going, Frenchie.
You're kind of wasting it, right? So, how would you integrate it as a main part of the story, and not make it boring either, right? So, else than a Rancor, because I get it, but I don't find it fits. So, if you would readjust, how would you readjust it?
And to go off Frenchie, if you replace the Rancor, next thing you know, you're going to have freaking eggs everywhere and face huggers everywhere, and Tatooine's going to be crawling with freaking xenomorphs.
One would argue the Rancor failed because he was supposed to kill Luke.
Zane, when you're 18, you can. You're a little. We can't have underage kids. We say fuck a lot. All right, keep going.
The Rancor failed his job. There's no way to kill anybody in that pit. So the Xenomorph won't fail.
You feel like you're Jabba the Hutt who's making a bad decision right now. Is you go, no, these xenomorphs that kill a lot. Let's get one in. Next thing you know, your freaking planet's crawling with xenomorphs because of the face hugger.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
All right, you're a piece of shit. You're the worst fucking person in the world, Soto. We're no
I
longer
want
friends.
to sleep.
Yeah. So,
Okay. No.
I like xenomorphs, but not where you're pitching them.
Okay. How about a Xenomorph stomach pit? Make it a Xenomorph.
Sorry, what?
I think the only way I would see this is, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is non-canon. So Taco, I think you're my guy. Isn't like after the normal movies, they actually get invaded by this alien species from the outer rim.
The Yuzong Vong. So
Like-
I would see the xenomorphs as being the Yuzong Vong's weapons of planting a few on a planet and watching it get destroyed by
Something
xenomorphs.
like that.
There you go.
That's the only way I see it.
Because
All right.
the
Either
xenomorphs
that
can fit
or
in
old,
a variety of places.
yeah, either that or old school Sith, like the rat ghouls of old school Sith using them to wipe out planets. I'm seeing them more as a mega weapon, like a superpower or super weapon,
Yeah.
As a
opposed
plague.
to. I love the idea of replacing a Rancor. I was this close to putting one on my list of a really good monster to replace a Rancor. Xenomorphs just aren't it. Xenomorphs, I saw it. I wasn't gonna fucking put it up. Zane, you're being hilarious right now, but I don't think you're getting the game too much. Okay, well, we want to vote Mr. Clean as 6 or as 5. We can. Okay, so I see the xenomorphs as being more of a bioweapon than as a Rancor, which is still your pitch. if you want to take that, yeah.
No, not go that way.
Which is the second time I influences Ben's pitch. I'm sorry, Ben.
Yeah, but you're making his pitches better. This time we're gonna vote for him over you.
Weapon that the Sith has for the last resort. The one who's taking care of the planet, they send in a team of xenomorphs. There's your answer.
Do they send them as xenomorph, or do they just plant the entire
like
planet
5 xenomorphs and a queen?
Yeah.
Like enough to just keep making
I was gonna say, you just send eggs to the planet in the subterranean cave and just let them hatch and invade the planet.
And then one asshole looks at an egg and everything's fucked.
Yeah.
Played by a doctor from Doctor Who, by the way.
One queen and 10 eggs, and one queen who has to find an egg. Sure.
Of course it would be him.
That's the best fucking. I love it so much. All right, maybe we need an underage kid for the next Does It Star Wars, because his 2 pitches have been amazing. All right. We're going to bring in my nephew for I'll have to talk to his mom first, and I think my sister would tell me to go F myself. but those are great pitches, dude. Okay, Ben, you're getting outstaged by a 13-year-old. How do you feel about it?
I know.
Happens to everybody.
Does it? It happens? Really? You guys have weird lives. Okay, I do love Xenomorph. I think we can move on. I think we know where they fit, and I think that's a really good pitch. All right. You guys ready for mine?
No,
but other character you guys have never seen the show of? Okay. I have more freaking pop figures. It's Dragon Ball Z and Rick and Morty. And this isn't Dragon Ball Z. Okay, so we have the best assassin. Frenchie, you know you're muted, right? Okay. I look like you're trying to talk at us. Yep. All right. We have the best assassin in the galaxy. This guy fits. Okay. All right. This guy fits perfectly in the Empire era because he does, in the universe that he lives in, work inside the time of the oppressive Empire. He is a Gromphomite, which is the type of alien that runs the galaxy, or part of the galactic government. But this guy worked as an assassin to kill the most high-profile, hard-to-kill people in the galaxy. We're talking about Crumbopulous Michael from Rick and Morty, who is the greatest assassin of all time. He buys he's hunting somebody who's made out of antimatter, and he buys a dark matter shooting gun from Rick, and he pitches and gives his card to Morty. He goes, "I'm an assassin. I kill people. I'm buying a weapon from your grandpa." And Rick's like, "Don't give him a card. What are you doing?" This guy, right before his kills, he goes, "Uh-oh, here I go killing again." He is the greatest assassin. And also, talk about this. His race is represented in Star Wars. He is a Verpine. He looks just and acts just like a Verpine of Star Wars. He would fit in perfectly as a badass assassin. Here I go killing again.
As the character itself, this is kind of iffy. The looks alone, he looks like a fucking Star Wars alien. It is, you need a fucking fly alien like that. Look, again, I like a bit where you're going, but there is this weird translation. So how would you, if there's one thing you would change or one thing you would adapt differently, what would you do it to make it a bit more Star Wars-y?
He fits it perfectly. He works among a evil empire, and he's killing high-profile evil freaking people. He's literally a bounty hunter in a big Star Wars galaxy.
I'm talking about humor, right? Because it's not the same humor.
Oh, okay.
It's not the same personality that would kind of it would stick out personally. So if you want to address that issue, What is the one thing you would make a bit more Star Wars-ish?
I don't need to change Krabopolis Michael to make him fit for Star Wars. I need to fix Star Wars by adding some freaking humor. By adding a guy who in the middle of a very serious, like, no disintegrations, and he goes, oh, by the way, if you guys need one, here's my card. If you need it, like, I'll kill children, I kill grandpeople, it doesn't matter, I just love killing. I think he fits amazingly. I wasn't trying to do a good Rick impression, Jessica.
The more you talk about Rick and Morty, I can't help the feeling that you're Rick and your nephew is Morty.
Okay, I do a better Morty. Jeez. Rick. I don't know. I do a better Morty. I need to mute your shit, dude. You are so loud. Oh my God! I feel like a robot's trying to freaking kill me with your freaking phone. I honestly, I'm not going to change Krabopolis Michael to fit the Star Wars. I'm fixing the Star Wars universe with Krabopolis Michael.
Well, that's not the game.
Yeah, it is. Guess what? He fits perfectly because it's what it
because
needs.
He fits perfectly. That's not a good pitch. You can't just throw in a character and say, yeah, he already fits perfectly. I don't need an argument. That's why you
that is my argument, is that Star Wars needs a hilarious yet deadly assassin. He's voiced by Andrew Daly. I think is great in almost most eras, but I would love to see him in the Tridge of this.
I'm with 54. You have to adapt a character to Star Wars and not Star Wars to one character, is all I'm saying. So
I'm not pitching Star Wars for the character. I'm saying this is why he fits perfectly, is because he's giving it something it's not having. He's helping Star Wars. It's a perfect pitch because I'm literally improving Star Wars with a little bit of brevity, a little bit of humor. With
that sounds a lot like HK-47 style of humor.
Oh yeah,
which is already in Star Wars. So you're not adding anything new.
Yeah, but he's only in video games of the Old Republic. I'm putting him into the Tridge time.
Okay, look, you see that kind of changes a bit because the humor does still exist, and the Tridge does have a good feel. I see him in a fucking cantina. He has to be in a cantina.
Absolutely. Imagine if it's panning over to the cantina, you hear him going, "I'll kill children, I'll kill babies, I just love killing," and you just get that little like bit. That's hilarious.
You name the cutest, the cutest species of all Star Wars. Like, I'll kill Jawas. I'll kill,
I just love killing, and it just moves past that. It would freaking.
You need a kill? I'm your guy.
Yeah, because that's what he does.
Anything flies with me.
I think Krabopolis Michael is the perfect cold-blooded yet goofy assassin.
Okay. All right. So I'll go ahead and pitch mine.
Wait, Ben, do you have anything to say? Do you have any questions?
You muted Ben.
I know, but it was just you guys arguing with me and Ben like napping.
No
comment. No comment.
No
comment at this time. No comment.
All right.
All right, wait, before your pitch, we have Seth Rogen as Han Solo as a pitch. I'm sorry for telling my nephew about this show. He's been killing everybody. He's been overshadowing everybody.
He's a sniper.
Yeah, he is. All right, Frenchie, go ahead.
All right. So for me, I wanted a bounty hunter. I wanted a bounty hunter that's going to stick out to be a fan favorite because he only says one word. But he is lovable. He is deadly as fuck.
I know where you're
He's
going.
efficient. He's already a bounty hunter in his own right.
Me?
And they're going to make his own spin-off series on Disney Plus if he appears, and that is Groot.
Okay.
Baby Groot alone. There's so many things you can do with this character. It's not even funny.
Definitely not Baby Groot. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 Groot.
Okay,
I just went for the cutest picture possible.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You show him as the adult Groot, and you kind of do the same storyline. Like, you feel empathetic, right? Because he's lovable, he has a job, but he dies, and then he becomes the baby Yoda of Star Wars because he regenerates. Markability, it works. Fans will love him, but he fits a Star Wars character like there's no tomorrow.
All right. I have one question.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Was not me. I was not
So do I.
me.
Why'd you do that? All right, I got one question. I really angered Frenchie with that one. I don't see him more as a bounty hunter. I see him more as like Han Solo's friend type, like how he fits so well with Lone Star. That's Spaceballs. With Star-Lord, I see him more as a co-pilot than a bounty hunter.
So I'm gonna readjust.
He's a bounty hunter because Rocket is. He's Rocket's sidekick. He'd be Han's sidekick.
Exactly. So in that case, I readjust. He replaces Chewbacca. He is my Chewbacca replacement. He fits perfectly. And again, if he dies, you feel so sympathetic, but he's still with you, and you have even more sympathetic again because Baby Yoda, Mandalorian, he is the perfect sidekick. It's what I'm getting at.
Could you imagine Han Solo having to deal with a teenage group?
And like during Empire, like he sacrifices himself for the first one, and during Empire, he's the teenage Groot. Like, yeah. I wish I could go get it right now, but I want everyone to know I do own the first appearance of Groot comic book.
Right.
It's just a thing I own. All right, Frenchie, you're still muted. I like your pitch because Groot's kind of amazing in Taco-bout markability. Groot was the Baby Yoda for Marvel when it comes to markability. But he's like Chewbacca and freaking Grogu rolled into one. Yeah.
Exactly. He fits two archetypes that are really already popular. And again, you know he'll be a fan favorite, and he wouldn't be boring to watch.
To go off of somebody in the comments, why replace something we already have? That's just as good as what we alregy have.
Which also shoots down your argument for your character, Taco.
Mind your own business, 50.
Okay, let's start. Why?
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Why replace Chewbacca with Groot? Because Groot still brings a different sensibility. And his powers alone would make for different fight scenes, would make for different problem solving. It brings another dimension. Is he a character you don't understand what he says, but you kind of do? Yes. But at the same time, he's different enough to bring another flavor, but yet keep the original flavor of Chewbacca without disrespecting or replicating to the T.
Groot's kind of overpowered in this universe, though. Like, put any scene with Chewbacca, but you add Groot. Groot just destroys people.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. A Sith goes against Han Solo. Groot can protect him. Groot is the ultimate.
Han Solo doesn't fight Sith.
You don't need Luke now. Luke doesn't need to ignite his lightsaber.
You
If you have
don't
Groot taking care of everybody.
Because, and like, let's say any mega power. Han Solo has an amazing chemistry with Chewbacca, but he couldn't save him from being killed by his son. Groot might have, could have, probably would.
They were standing next to each other, and the guy had a sword inches from his heart. How would Groot have saved him at that moment when he was standing 30 feet away?
Either saved him, or at least could have vengeance against him.
I don't want him to save him. Like, I want the bad things to happen. Thank you, boss. You're pissing off Frenchie.
Yeah, I want to finish him. My anger comes in when I'm tired. Okay,
you wouldn't like him when he's tired.
Hours. So for me, he would have been powerful enough to try to avenge against Kylo. Chewbacca shot him, and it's like, okay, there's something different enough and familiar enough that mixes in both perfectly. I find.
I do kind of like the idea of literally Chewbacca gets destroyed, and then he's baby Chewbacca during Mandalorian, and then he's an adult Chewbacca again during the sequel trilogy. I do kind of love that. But I do think that his overpoweredness will change a lot of the arc of the story, because imagine him in a fight with Chewie in it. Imagine him in Return of the Jedi when he's on the sail barge. Luke doesn't even need to light his lightsaber because Wookiees or Groot's just destroying everybody.
In that case, you can still, like, as long as you keep the character arc and the things, you can at least power down his powers. Okay.
Okay. Or you could say that's Teen Groot at that time, or maybe give him some power,
or give him a weakness, so when he gets cut his branches, it doesn't affect. There's things you can tweak. If he is too overpowered, you can tweak it. But the important thing is
tweak it.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree, and I think that's a good pitch. Who are we on after Frenchie? I think that we're doing pretty good.
Last one.
We got 50 left. Okay. So I like the pitch. Does anyone have any more questions before we move on?
No.
All right. Before we move on, we got Waluigi as Lando Calrissian. Okay, we're pissing Frenchie out still. I love it. Hey, Frenchie, I'm going to play it again. All right, cool. All right, go ahead, 50.
Okay, so for my last one, I'm glad I saved a pretty good one for last, because this guy is a really I think he's going to fit well in if you put him in the right era. He doesn't work in a lot of different eras because of the space. Why is you laughing?
Hear me out. Replace R2D2 with Will Ferrell. That's why I'm laughing. That's the funniest comment we've ever had, dude.
Will Ferrell is R2 and John C. Reilly is.
You were saying it as the comment said it. Oh my god.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
I'm dying.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Oh, thank you, boss.
I am too tired for this shit, man.
You're tired? The sun is coming up on my end.
The best part is he said here, he spelled it here wrong. Because he's a teenager. Hear me out. Oh, so good. All right, I know that the Canadians don't have high education. Here and here are two different words. They spelled it.
Yeah, go away. We don't need you either. It's not like your name's on the marquee or anything.
All right, okay, moving on. Who are you pitching even? I don't even know.
Stop looking in the comments and let me finish my pitch.
Sorry, I'm trying to run the show. I apologize.
You're running the show into the ground at this point.
Welcome to Let's Talk About Star Wars, where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
We haven't actually talked a lot about Star Wars this whole episode on this supposedly Star Wars show.
All right,
but
move on. Play the game.
Okay, so this guy, I see him definitely working as really old KOTOR stuff. I'm not too familiar with when the first humans, who I believe in Legends were known as the Zell. Am I saying it right, Taco? And the Zell started populating different planets and exploring the galaxy. This is where I think this guy would fit in because of where he was introduced in the specific universe that he belongs in. And I'm talking about Dr. Phlox from Star Trek Enterprise. This guy, he's a Denobulan, and Denobulans are pretty much known all around the galaxy for being scientists and being genius and making lots of advances in the realm of
like a Rakatan. Are you thinking like the Rakata Empire, like the Empire?
No. It's like he the Nobulans are primarily known for making huge advances in the world of science and, more importantly, medicine. They are known primarily as doctors and scientists.
Like
It's
Kaminoans? Like the Clubbers? Like Kaminoans?
50? No, look.
I guess so. Frenchie wants to say something?
They're very curious. They're not necessarily stoic and gonna advance everything. They're rebels. They're explorers because he is the doctor of the first starship to ever be in space for Starfleet. So you need a species that is an adventurer at heart. And honestly, I'm sorry, 50. No, I'm not sorry, but that is a genius pick.
Oh, I was.
Well, that's going to be my nightmares later.
But that's a genius pick.
Especially for the era that I have in mind, because that's when humans in the Star Wars galaxy were exploring the galaxy, and they needed not just a race that is just as adventurous and curious as they are, but someone who has actual experience with other races and other species. And occasionally Dr. Flux on the show he has a whole battery of other aliens on his in his sick bay that he uses their different features to help cure certain diseases, sort of like leeches from our own history, but better and less harmful for the patient. That he could work very good as a doctor.
Okay, so where does he fit?
Like I said, early the 5000 BBY era. I'm not 100% sure when that whole era takes place, but around the time when the Zell sort of
where are you saying Zell? I don't know who the Zell are.
You don't know the Zell? That's what humans were called in Star Wars before they adopted the name humans. At least I
think would be way before 5,000 BBY. You're talking more like 30,000.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with what the years of Star Wars, but that early into the Star Wars era,
way early, like Infinite Empire, fucking like First Jedi shit, like the beginning of the Republic, like way early.
Oh yeah. That you're making my pitch for me. Around that time, where they needed someone who knows the galaxy a little better than they do.
And we don't really have a good story set at that time, so it would be like a new.
It could be a first
version of that early time. Okay, question. All right, I'm gonna regret playing this, but Luke Skywalker's last name is Skywalker, right? But he doesn't walk on the sky. Okay. All right, moving on. Thank you. All right, last time I played one of my nephew's things. It was a very inquisitive question, but we're 2 hours and 30 freaking minutes into this, and we kind of got to end it.
I call that a slow Tuesday.
Yeah. All right. I can't believe this stream is lasting so long. Next time we play the game, there will be 3 pitches, not 5.
Yeah, I agree. 3 pitches.
And also, I say we always recap our choices just in case.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to do that now, but yeah.
No, but like just the character itself.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was going around and naming people's.
Yeah.
All right. 50, do you got anything else you want to say about your guy?
No, I said all I can say. If anyone wants to ask a question, now's the time to not do
it. So to recap, my last pick was Crumbopulous Michael. And Ben, who did you pitch for this one?
Xenomorph.
Yeah, the Xenomorph. Yeah. And 50, you had like somebody.
Yeah, a guy. No, that's from a different one. I had Dr. Flux. Yeah, that guy.
And Frenchie, you had a pitch.
Yeah. It is Groot.
Oh, yeah, you had Groot. Vin Diesel himself, ladies and gentlemen.
Groot.
All right. Okay, we ready?
Okay, ready?
I'm not. I have no idea who I'm going to vote for. All right, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. It's a unanimous 2. Well, no, it's not unanimous, but there's 2 2s, a 3, and a 4.
So did me and 50 voted 2. So Ben, who won?
Me and Ben are tied.
No way.
Okay, tiebreaker time.
No way. We can't do this
Okay,
shit.
okay.
We can't do a tiebreaker right now. We're 2 hours and 30
I am
minutes in.
down. I am down for tiebreaker speed round style. What I want to is
I'm
it okay
not.
if I pitch something? Soda, you propose a type like a Sith, a Jedi, or whatever you want, and me and Ben has 30 seconds to figure out who we pitch, and have a 1-minute pitch, and you decide.
Okay, I like that.
Okay,
I like
gotcha.
that. I like
Every
that.
time Frenchie comes on, we have to go for a tiebreaker.
Okay, how about this? We just vote my cousin in because he wants Jim Carrey to play Paul.
Okay, I have one. A Padawan in the Clone Wars.
That isn't Hermione.
Padawan in the Clone Wars, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do anyone have a stopwatch? We need a minute.
Okay.
I can go get my stopwatch.
I got my phone. I got my phone somewhere here. Here you go.
Nobody start pitching.
Nope, I have my phone, Taco. I forgot already.
But I got mine. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
No. Give me a second.
I think Frenchie's frozen.
Shut up, Dave. What happened to Lou there?
You know
Lou,
what
are
I
you still with us?
Lou?
All right, I think that means Ben wins.
I guess. What happened?
He fucking froze. All right, he's back. He's back.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
All right, I got it.
Okay. So we'll go with Ben because he's older apparently. Ready?
I just noticed Dave was in the comments.
Right, 2 of his comments. Come on. Okay. So ready, set, go.
I hear Lisa Simpson. She's a great student, fast learner. She'll pick up any skill really fast. She's eager to please, and she's pure in the heart. And I yield my time.
Okay.
And I pitch teenage version.
Go.
And I pitch teenage version of Hellboy. For me, he is a struggling character that has evil inside of him, but he has goodness inside of him. And his master, which is the doctor, really tries to bring the good, which is a classic tale of good and bad. But he is good at heart and wants to go against his and learn the best he can from his master. So Teenage Hellboy is my pick.
Okay, and the final vote is between the 3 of us.
Okay, quick thing though. I didn't quite. I heard all of Ben's pitch. I just didn't heard the name of the character because there was a noise from Frenchie.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't hear. Bart Simpson?
Say it again. Lisa
Oh,
Simpson.
Lisa Simpson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
You
Now the
literally
pitch
grabbed
starts to make
a
more
different
sense.
Hermione. Like literally Hermione 1.0. Lisa Simpson versus Teen Hellboy. So do we put up 1 or 3 or 2 or 3? Is that what we're doing?
We'll do 1 for Ben, 2 for Lou.
1 for Ben, 2 for Lou?
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Right, let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ben wins.
sorry, Ben. It's just Frenchie offered something that hasn't been done before on this show yet.
No, I like it, but Lisa, I love Lisa. I think that's an inspired pick. I think Hellboy is great.
You voted for Ben, though, right?
No, me and Soda did.
Who was for you?
Okay. Well, thank you, 50.
No, it's just because Ben's pitch, I love it. It just sounds too much like Hermione, which she also pitched.
All right, we got to end this. It's almost our longest stream, and I did not know that was going to happen. I warned my wife. I'm like, we're doing a new game, which could mean anything. So next time we will be doing 3-rounders. So this was the championship match, apparently, because it was 5 rounds. And 5 rounds into sudden death.
Let me ask you this, because I'm champion, do I get to come back and defend?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're now the champion of the will they Star Wars? Or do they Star Wars?
Do they Star Wars? Yeah.
Yeah. Will it Star Wars?
What is Star Wars?
Rick and Morty. Or no, Rhett and Link. It's very Rhett
Where
and
are
Link.
they Star Wars?
Do they Star Wars? All right, Ben is our champion, and we definitely got to add it. Before we leave.
Champion Ben.
It was a good fight, and you gave a run for my money. I appreciate it, man.
Okay, so everyone enjoyed. I just want to say it all started because of me watching the entire cutscenes from Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11, and just a couple seconds where Shao Kahn came in, it made me think he would make an awesome Sith, and that's where this game came from. And it all led into Ben winning with Lisa Simpson.
I did not know how many hours that would have been made, but I'm happy.
I can't wait to play this game again. And also, who's in the comments? Jess had 5, but she couldn't make it because she had surgery today. But she did have an amazing 5. I haven't heard of them, but I've heard they're great. I haven't seen what they are. So
She had an amazing 5. I haven't heard of them, but
I heard that. No, I was told they're amazing. I didn't see what they are. But
I know what they are. They were great. I can confirm.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it. Save it for the next game.
Yeah, so we will definitely be doing this again, I think. This time we'll do it in 3 rounds, though. And congratulations to Ben. Do we want to get out of here? Frenchie, can I do your outro for you? Because I don't want to hear I don't want to hear your sounds.
What?
Yeah, exactly. You can find Frenchie on Schmoes of the North, and he also does all the producing and Frenchie's Corner on Speaking of Schmodown. And you will see him, I think. Will we see you tomorrow? Yes, we'll see him. We'll have Frenchie tomorrow for our review for the pay-per-view, the big New York live event. No, we won't see you tomorrow. You lied. All right, we won't see you.
Speaking of Schmodown.
Okay, he'll be on the other freaking show, not ours.
I have my daughter, you fucker.
I don't care. I have my daughter, too. Let her starve. I'm kidding. No, she'll be asleep by the time we review the pay-per-view. She'll be fine. Okay, and 50, what do you want to tell people about where they can find you? And Frenchie, do you have anything else? No? You're good?
Well, if I haven't already destroyed any shred of respect I got from anybody watching this show today, you can find me on my YouTube channel, 50 Shades of Geek. You can find me occasionally on Twitch, 50 Shades of Geek. And you can also find me with Ben and the wonderful producer Soda on Get Sweaty every Saturday. Occasionally, I pop into Mount Schmodown, this show, any other show that they feel nice enough to invite me. And you can also find me recapping the greatest show in the galaxy with these two every Monday on this channel. And you can also find my Patreon, patreon.com/Pokemon Star Cross and Crescent Ride Design, a Pokemon game based on Israel.
Nice. Ben, what about you?
You can find me on, like Jimmy said, Get Sweaty, Shooting the Breeze. I'm not the Schmodown show where we're going to play careers. Tomorrow we're going into Adam Rick. At the state here, we have some big announcements coming out here for next week.
Nice. I wish I could be on that show, but I'm going to be dad mode until about 10 p.m. tomorrow. And let's end this so before 2:40, so it's not our longest show. You can find me on Schmoes of the North. I do this Star Wars show that you're watching right now. We're going to do one more next week, and then we're going to take a couple weeks off because of my crazy schedule. I will be here tomorrow talking about the amazing New York live event and as many shows as I can do. Speaking of Schmodown, whenever I can, I'm all over the place whenever my schedule lets me. Thank you, guys. You'll find someone everywhere you can find me, and you guys have an amazing night. Thank you for watching.